How we doing, people? How are we doing? How are we doing? We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat. Big up to Saeed for the raid. Big up to everyone that's joined over from Saeed TV. Big up to my guy Double A as well, each and every time. Martinelli and Neto both score as Chelsea versus Arsenal ends in a draw at Stamford Bridge. I'm sure the vast majority of the conversation will be on that game. On top of that, Manchester United beat Leicester 3-0. The day before, yesterday, same difference. The day before, Liverpool won at home to Aston Villa. They went 5 points clear. City on a losing streak. Pep Guardiola losing 4 games in a row for the first time in his entire managerial career. Yeah, CP, I'll send you the link. Give me one. Yo, DM me on the gram, fam, and I'm going to send you the link. No stress, CP. I got you. But yeah, this is the Sports Q&A, which isn't about me. Like I said, we answer sporting questions from the chat. If you are a member of the channel, links in the pinned comment, your question takes priority like a super chat. So if you're a member, for instance, like I see here, Broderick Fail, for example, if he asks a question, I'll star it and I'll get to it. And of course, if you super chat, I'll get to your question as well. But big up to Samuel, big up Broderick Fall, Dom UFC, Certified King, Abs, shouts to Sheik as well. Big up my nephew in the chat. You already know, man, 3-point collectors, man. If you won 3 points, I want to see 3s in the chat. If you won 3 points this weekend. Nah, scratch that. Only if you won 3 points on Sunday. Saturday don't count. Well, big up to everyone that's locked in. Now, let's run up these likes. There's over 130 of you lot in the building, people. If there's over 130 of you lot in the building, only at 30 likes. Let's get up to 80 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. And on top of those 2 things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Make sure people, you hit the notification bell as well, people. Make sure you do so. Ryan's in the cut as well. What are you saying, Ryan? You good?
Yeah, good, man. How are you?
Oh, bless. You already know. Right, let's see. Oh, yeah, big up Dennis as well, man. I just seen you there. Shouts to Dennis in the chat. Big up to Dennis each and every time. But yeah, questions, you lot. Get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. I'm going to send you the link now, CP. Don't worry. I got you. And in regards to the Chelsea, while we wait for some questions, the Chelsea versus Arsenal game, people. I think 2 attacks that were very, very poor. And I was saying that at halftime that this game was there for the taking. Both quartets were shocking. Like both attacking quartets. Like Palmer, Madueke, Neto, Jackson for Chelsea. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz for Arsenal. And I was saying defenses have been on top. These players, out of those, any of those 4 players, or a combination of those 4 players, or all 4 of them, can win the game for their side and decide that. And Odegaard produced a piece of quality in the game that got Arsenal ahead. Should the goalkeeper do better? Absolutely. Sanchez, he's been... He was at fault against Manchester United and he was at fault today. You shouldn't get beat at your near post by that. However, that doesn't take away from the pass from Odegaard. And then on the flip side, Chelsea need a moment of magic and some individual quality to get them back in the game. Neto provides that. Yes, you can criticize Kai Havertz for not closing down, which would be fair criticism. You don't let someone like Neto and the quality of Neto cut in on his left foot. And it's a terrific finish. Absolutely exceptional finish. Big up to Surfer in the cut. Very, very good finish. And that was it. Defenses were on top. And as much as I praise, I'm a big fan of Palmer. Shocking today. I can't give him the plaudits that I give him and then you perform like that and you don't get criticized. Because if he ran the show, which he's capable of, don't get misunderstood, people. He's capable of, and he's not a terrible player. You're the best player on the pitch to me out of the 22. I don't think there's a better footballer than you on that pitch. So therefore, I'm holding you to that standard. Same way with Saka on the other end. Saka, Cucurella, you're facing Lavia, you're facing Caicedo, they're doubling up on you. These are the games that matter. It's all well and good scoring against, and it matters, of course it matters, scoring against and performing well against teams near the bottom end of the table, Southampton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, etc. These are the games where you stand up. So when people are like...
Palmer's the best player out of the 2 teams?
Yes, 100%. He's the best player.
I'd say Caicedo personally, but...
No. I think it's Palmer. Caicedo's up there, but the thing is Caicedo performed.
I know, but that's the
Caicedo
thing. I
performed.
think Caicedo's been Chelsea's best player
No, no,
comfortably
no.
this
You're missing
season,
what
if you
I'm
ask
saying.
me.
I think Caicedo has been their best player, but I'm saying overall player for player, like in terms of quality.
Hmm.
And I
I
rate
don't know, man.
Caicedo highly, but I don't put. I think
Caicedo's
Caicedo's.
fucking good, man.
I'm a big fan of Caicedo. But do I think Caicedo's a better DM than Palmer is a 10? No, I don't.
I don't know,
That's
man.
what I'm saying is.
I
But
actually kind of
fairs,
disagree at that a bit, you know.
fairs. But the point I'm making is even one further. He's the best attacking player on the pitch.
Oh, easily, but
Perform
yeah,
like it.
yeah,
Okay, so
that's
perform
facts,
like
yeah.
it. Same
Yeah,
difference.
nah, I agree with
Is it
that.
is.
Yeah.
So like same difference is the point I'm making is you can impact the game. Caicedo's quality. Same way Lavi's quality. Same way Saliba's quality. But I said this at the start. Defenses were on top for the vast majority of the game. From a defensive standpoint, I've not even spoke to Surfer on this. I bet outside of Sanchez, he probably don't have too much issues with Chelsea's defending outside of the goal.
That's me
But
done.
yeah,
I'll see
Surfer,
you later.
Flo.
I'll see you later, guys. That's me
See,
done.
like this is
I'm
this.
done. I'm done.
I already know
Yeah.
what Surfer. And we haven't spoke people because look at the game. As good as Odegaard can be and Saka can be, we'll use those two. They kept them quiet aside from the goal. Like the Odegaard, Saka did nothing today. And apart from the limp, as soon as he hit the deck and got up, I was like, been hit with a few shells now. I walk with a limp. But Surfer,
The one time he got past Cucurella, he injured himself. That was the ironic thing. And also the one chance he created for Marino, it wasn't Cucurella marking him, it was Mudryk going up against him. So that was the only thing. Listen, before we get out of the way, a draw was a fair result today. The no team was better. I've seen Arteta. If that's true, what Arteta said, he's talking absolute bullshit. If those
hey, someone dropped the Arteta. Oh yeah. I started.
Yeah, that's absolute rubbish. But he said stuff like that. You're absolutely right. I can blame other people for Martinelli being in that position, but my God, when you're a goalkeeper, you're taught to cover your front post no matter what.
Yes,
make the striker try and hit it by the far post. It wasn't like it bobbled in and took a deflection or anything. I'm telling you right now, I think I could set up camp in the gap between Sanchez and the front post and have an open and have a for sale sign in there. That was horrendous. Again, I keep saying it. I think this team's biggest weakness is the goalkeeper. By far, I think it's the biggest weakness of this team. I think it's the biggest weakness whatsoever. The one that will hold us back. Yeah, he made a save with his face as well during the game, but so what? Do you know what I mean? I don't
That goal
care.
would have been disallowed, wouldn't it? I think he was offside in the build-up.
I think so, yeah. But he was. It's one of those ones where you have to keep playing
you
until
don't know,
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. He cost us last week against Manchester United when he comes rushing out and fouls Hoyland, who's going like closer to the corner flag than the goal. Cost us 2 goals against Brighton. You know, he cost us. Arguably, he should have done better for Liverpool's second goal. Curtis Jones could have come out quicker and also wider instead of making himself smaller. Honestly, he's and I keep this whole. I've been saying it for 2 years. Oh, we can get through. We can get top 4. He will be the biggest reason if we don't get top 4. He'll be the biggest reason, especially in games like this when some of the players aren't playing well, like Palmer and Jackson aren't playing well and stuff like that. It's little moments like this. Now, I don't know if Neto would have scored that goal if we hadn't conceded. It's a sliding doors moment. You can't say that. But when you are constantly, and again, he brings his presence is just a detriment to the team. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of. I tell you right now, if we swap goalkeepers, Raya's not letting that goal in. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
It's not happening. Whether it finishes 0-0, I don't know. But he's definitely not letting that goal in.
I rate him as a keeper.
Yeah, he's the biggest thing. And the other thing I will question Maresca is the timing of his subs. I don't know why. It's okay if Jackson and Palmer aren't having much impact to take them off. Bringing Cuckoo. Why are you bringing Cuckoo on in the 87th minute to do what?
I've got microwave minutes.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly, right? I mean, I understand he brought Enzo on and we conceded the midfield a bit more and stuff like that, but put Neto on the right. Madaraki's had his run now. He needs some bench time. Do you know what I mean? Put Neto on, get Sancho fully fit, play him on the left, put Neto on the right. He's better on the right, very much so. But it was a very even game. Yeah, no Chelsea fans gonna tell me that, oh, we should have won because this or I know Arsenal fans going to convince me that they were better one day. It was a complete even game for me. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I will say, I felt, like I say, everyone, Palmer didn't turn up again. Well, neither did Saka, right? Cucurella pocketed him. People have been like, not most men, but some fans, and shout out to Judge Mo, keeps doubting Cucurella and stuff like that. Cucurella, this is what we've been telling people about Cucurella. He can do this. Do you know what I mean? He can.
He was playing well.
He can knock up a winger. He did very well. And even on the other side, I thought Gusto played well. Gusto should have scored, by the way.
That free header. Yeah. That's
what I keep saying. He should have scored that. That's probably even more of a Gue's chance than the rest. But yeah, a very, very even game. I mean, I think it shows how much we've actually gone forward in a year. When I can come out, I can literally just say that, and it's a big weakness, but it's the goalkeeper. Everything else is not perfect, but is getting there. Do you know what I mean? And Caicedo is just, everyone. I heard what we said. I think we'd be in real shit if Caicedo got a big injury, even more so than Palmer. I think
Caicedo's quality, man.
He is absolutely brilliant. He is. He gets around the pitch.
He made Rice look so shit, man. Honestly.
We got to temper that with Rice's apparently have a broken toe, so I don't know.
But if Rice would have played exceptional, we wouldn't be hearing.
Yeah, I know, but it's the out, isn't it? It's the out that we give.
But speaking of central midfielders, man, Moreno's awful. Sorry to cut you off. God,
I don't think he's awful, but I don't think he was that bad when he came on today. To be honest, he is awful. Don't get me wrong. I said he's awful.
Partey was very good today, though. I thought Partey
was
number 5 was very good today. Apart from that, I think Raya made that one save from Palmer in like the 3rd minute. With the Palmer shot in the first half where he tipped it over. Apart from that, we didn't really test him that much. Same with Sanchez. He was just testing my patience. If anything testing he did really today. But, I think little things here and there. Maresca's attacking substance today needed to be better and more. Needed to give it and Cuckoo. Do you know what? Clip this. Maybe you should have brought João Felix on to try down with it. Well, I don't know. But do you know what I mean? Just try one of them or both of them.
Something different.
Like yeah, just something different. Like he put Mudryk on, it's like that. And yeah, but apart from that, I'd like to have one, but it's just one of those.
It's not the draw's not the worst.
Yeah, the draw's one. Hey, at least I'm not a Spurs fan. You know what I mean?
I kind of disagree.
Unnecessary. But go on, CP. Your thoughts on the game and everything.
They've given Palace and Ipswich their first win. The only win this season.
Yo, Mr. Information over there. All right.
CP talk. This is what happens. This is what happens. This in life. He went. Listen, he's got a side chick, but he went back to the wife. He's always with the wife. He'll never be with the side chick fully, people. That's what it is, right?
I was back in Spurs fully today. I don't know what you was
talking about. Of course you were, because you're a wind-up merchant. You're a wind-up merchant. You know you are.
Yo, the chat was like, what's going on with Spurs?
Hashtag tough day at the office. Hey, hashtag tough day at the office.
Hey, man. We were robbed, man. That Solanke goal should have stood, but hey, this ain't about Spurs going. As you were CP.
I kind of disagree. We should have won this game. I'm sorry. We had the Fofana chance in the second half. We had the Gusto chance that should have been a goal. Palmer had a chance where if he had a better first touch, we should have had a goal. Could have been a great chance. I'm sorry. That Palmer chance in the first half where he does not look at Jackson once during that first half.
Oh, you're talking about when he should have played the free ball. Yeah, and he doesn't play the free ball.
And if you're saying we don't know if Jackson scores that, this season's Jackson does. Because this season's Jackson has been way more clinical. I trust him more. He showed that against Liverpool. He showed that even though he was offside, he scored again today against those guys. I trust him this year. You can say that last year, but that's player development, just like Vinny in the past. People are allowed to develop. I trust him this year. He did not look at him once. Some bad touches by Palmer. Even when he got a ball into the box in the second half, he had a ball to him. He had an awful touch. He could have had a decent strike on that. Neto was our best forward once again. Madueke's been dog shit. But the reason we've been playing him is because it's between Mudryk and Sancho's been injured. And who are you going to choose? None of them. Right? I agree with your point, definitely, that Nkunku should start get opportunities earlier. But the problem is he's not even doing the little things correctly from you. I'm sorry. If you're coming on in the 80th minute, press more than how lackadaisical you are. Because we don't know if these guys could be lazy one moment, have a brain wave or brain fart or what do you want to call it, and miscontrol the ball, and you're pressing them enough to create a chance. Even if you don't think you can make an impact with the goal, at least press them enough, especially when you're coming on.
The only thing, though, is that we say give them 25 minutes because you need to adjust to get the speed of the game as well. So that's why we say give them that minute, because you need 5, even 8 or 5 to 8 minutes to do that. What I'm saying is that my point is not even about bringing them on. It's the timing of bringing them on, and not be afraid to just go. You know what? Not that Palmer and Jackson were playing bad. They were just played out the game. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like they were giving away stuff. They were just literally marked out the game. So let's change it up.
You have to credit. I do credit both teams before you carry on. Yeah, I credit both teams defensively. Both teams, defensive players and defenders. Bear in mind that was a major talking point going into this game. Were very much on point. Both of them.
Yes.
Apart from, obviously, there's a slight lapses. I hear what CP's saying with some of the chances. But then again, the fact that you're limiting Chelsea to that with the attackers you have, and the fact everyone talks about how bad and vulnerable you lot are defensively, you also limited Arsenal. There's times where they could have played the right pass, but then again, you got Martinelli and Madueke out there. These things are going to happen.
You didn't give them a lot of set pieces either. It was minimal.
Yeah, you didn't. And you defended them. And you got Havertz and Jackson as the 2 9s, but that's a whole different conversation.
By the way, I'll call this stump.
I thought it was a really good game.
Oh, yeah.
Tactically, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game today.
It was 2 good teams.
I enjoyed the result as well, but the game...
I didn't watch anything other than the ending of the Arsenal game.
I cannot believe
I was too upset.
Oh, yeah, because you was Chelsea today.
What was Trossard doing as well with that?
Well, I was
hey, Fats, you good there, fam?
With my game.
No,
you good, Fats?
I do. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yo, Fats, what you saying? I've not... Nah. Formalities, we've not spoken time. Fats, how are you doing? Outside of football, are you good? Are you blessed?
I'm good.
All right, because we haven't spoken time. You know what I'm saying? You're my dog. I've missed you. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to chat to you and have you back on stream for real. You know what I'm saying? But thoughts on the game, Fats?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with CP.
I know that's a hard thing to say. Trust me.
Just end it there.
I think we should have won the game.
Out my window when I say
I'll be with. I think we should have won the game because we had enough chances. Not only the Palmer's long shot, but also in the second half itself. I just think we lack a bit of quality in that final third, man. It's an if, buts, and maybe again. It's the same situation like last week. It's the same situation like Liverpool away. I just think that if we give our opponents way too much respect, that's what happened today. And I think we just gave Arsenal a lot of time in the middle, especially. But Caicedo did really well. But it's just that both teams just cancelling out each other, in my opinion. And yeah, I'll be a bit more pissed if I was Chelsea right now because Arsenal didn't they were just spamming crosses apart from that Martinelli goal.
All they do. This is how they get through games. They literally sit in defense, pass through the middle, crossing it round the park. You know, they don't really attack teams. This is how they get points. Now, I have to give them credit for getting a point at Stamford Bridge with the way they've been playing recently. But this is obviously my point. Is I actually think Arteta's been very tactically capable. He's been very tactical about this season, and I'm taking it as I'm saying this as a compliment. End of the day, you play bad and you're still not losing that many games if you're an Arsenal fan. So you have to look at it in the sense of they're not playing very well, but this is how Arteta has decided to go for this title. He's gone for this title like this because he can't win it by playing his good football that he used to play. So he's going in a more tactical way about it.
Hey, Javon, big up, man. Big up.
I kind of disagree with that. I think with him, he's just afraid. He's too scarred by what's happened the last 2 years with them getting close and losing out both years. I think he's just too scarred by it. He's really scared of losing games, in my opinion. You saw that when they went down 10 men against Bournemouth. Come on, man. It's not like you're playing 10 men against City. You know, you're playing 10 men against Bournemouth.
That was not even football. I'm not sure what that was. But anyway.
But to be fair, I actually give him credit for that game because that's the only way they could have actually played that second half to get a result, and they almost did, to be fair. But
I mean,
parking the bus against Bournemouth after you go 10 men, I just think he's just a bit too afraid, and you can see in that the football they're playing, it's like he's holding the back a lot of the time, not playing the young kid and playing 3 DMs, in games as well. He's just way too afraid. And you look at the football they were playing in the second half of last season in particular, and obviously the season before. It's just night and day, really. Like, that's the thing. You could just see. I just think he's too
I think
scarred
this
by
is
what's
how
happened
he's
last 2
decided
years.
to try and get points. He's trying to go the Jose Mourinho route and just sit back and defence. And he's basically saying the defence will win you a league. And this is what he's trying to do. Not saying they're winning many games, but they're not losing many. And their football style is fucking awful. Like,
but then they haven't got the quality attackers to be able to. They haven't got enough quality in their attackers to be able to get wins.
Everyone could see they needed a proper striker.
Nah, don't do that. They got Kai, man. Don't do that, Eleanor. They got Kai Havertz. Don't disrespect Kai.
I will always disrespect Kai, man. He came from Chelsea to Arsenal. How much more disrespect could I give?
Hey, he bled
I
for the
can't be
cause.
any respect for this guy. There's no respect.
He bled. He literally left his blood on the pitch today.
He literally did. He died for the badge. You know what I'm saying? And all that,
all
all
of
that
them do.
stuff.
That's how Arteta is anti-football. This is anti-football. So I can't, like, even, I know I'm a Tottenham fan, I don't want them to succeed anyway. I do not want anyone to win a title this way. Because it's not football.
Nah, they won't win the title. Like, that's dead.
But who do you actually think is going to win the title? Let me explain.
Man City will still win it, in my opinion.
I actually agree with Ryan. Can't believe I've said that on the same live stream. I agree with CP and Ryan. Fuck
in the stream, Dave.
And his name, man.
Yeah, but
I'm refusing to let people gaslight me. So yeah. I've been disappointed too many times, man. I'm refusing to get gaslighted by people. That's the thing.
The reason why I say Liverpool won't is just because it's Slot's first season. I just don't think he's going to come in and win a title in his first season. Like that's why I'm like a little bit skeptical of
Liverpool. I get that. Yeah, I think that's why.
But
then I agree with you.
City are worrying me. Without Rodri, they look like a different team.
But they have got other injuries, to be fair to them.
They do. But when Rodri got injured first, it was the start of downfall in the way they've been playing ever since he got injured. And then obviously we had to make their injury worries worse and bloody injure Savinho as well, which was.
Like, he came back. He came back.
I think if Liverpool are aiming for the league to win the league, Liverpool have to finish it in the next two. In the next 2 months, Liverpool have to finish it in terms of. You have to get a double digit. You have to do what we did in the season. We actually won the league in 1920, which was basically capitalise on every game City dropped points in and basically end it by January, which is what we did that season. We won it. By January, we were like 15, 16 points clear by January. You have to aim for that sort of thing again to try and finish it off. And don't give City that motivation to go on a run in the second half. Because that season we won it. We didn't give them the motivation to go on a run that second half of the season because we were so far ahead.
I don't care who.
That's what we need to do again.
Arsenal.
You don't have to worry about that. Arsenal, like, let's just clear that
up.
The
only reason why I'm worried, like I said, is because if Slot, I don't see Slot winning it in his first season. Not because of ability, just because it's his first season.
I hear that. That makes sense.
That worries me. And
but
then
if City don't win it, who wins it?
Yeah, but then if City, it will be either Liverpool, City, or Arsenal for me because they're the three that are going to be there in the. So if for me, if City are not on it, Liverpool, I don't believe are going to win it because it's like his first season. Then that would leave Arsenal.
One thing I will say about Arsenal, which I say there's the only little bit of hope that Arsenal have right now is the fact that they've got some good fixtures coming up for a while. They've played a lot. If you actually have a look at their next however many fixtures, they got some good fixtures on paper coming up. To be fair to them,
they got Forest at home. That'd be tough. West Ham, of course. If I lock Bategi, I'm about them. If it is, but shout out West Ham, my second favorite team in London. They play us lot. Who knows what we gonna look like at that point? Hey, they got my manager sacked. They freed me from jail. You know what I'm saying? Shout out West Ham. They broke me out of jail, man. Shout out West Ham.
Go on, you Ireland. Come on,
there we go. Fulham away. Fulham are flying. Then you got Everton at home. Yeah, Everton a dial. Then they play Palace away. Yeah, Ipswich at home.
Shit.
And
listen,
then
Ipswich
into January.
ain't no easy game.
Ipswich Ipswich easy game for some. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
No, listen, I was at the game today. I have never been.
All right, talk about you was at the game. Let us know to tell us in the experience of being at the best stadium in London. Talk to us.
Well, the stadium's beautiful. That's what I went premium today. I got all the food.
You got something to say, Fats?
Yeah, you shut up over there because I'm not even having this rubbish. Yeah.
No. I was talking. No, don't do that. Don't do that. The pie is nice, though. The pie is nice. Don't do that.
I had the premium pie today, and I had duck and dauphinoise potatoes.
Wait, did you say you had duck?
Yeah, because I went.
I need to get to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Today.
What's going on?
I went hospitality today. I went premium today.
Okay.
I have to admit,
you say duck, but the pigeon population has lowered around there. That's all I'm saying.
This guy, just hating, man.
So I had,
get that hate out your heart.
So I had a great experience other than the football. Let me explain. Since that first minute kicked off, we were so slow. There was no pace in the game. It was so slow. And Pedro Porro spamming crosses to the keeper. I could not handle it. I've never seen him give the ball to their keeper so much in my life. Every cross, other than obviously the one we actually scored and then the disallowed goal for the handball. It was literally insane the amount of crosses he was trying and could not do it. I was fuming. And Radu, that Dragustin, Bayern, can you fucking give us back Dyer and you can take Radu, because I actually think Dyer will be a better player.
Wow.
Honestly, on my life, and that's how much I hated Dyer. Radu today and every other in the recent games that he's played has been fucking awful. Without Van de Ven, we are fucked. Because people like to say Romero's our best defender. You are blind. You are actually blind. Because I'm sorry, Van de Ven carries that defense. Romero makes mistakes every fucking game. And Brennan Johnson, I'm sorry. I know we're not allowed to say anything bad about him, but I'm not gonna lie.
That's it.
This guy, he did nothing today. Hold on, let me just tell you.
She cut off during mid-rant. Ellen, are you there? She took a pause for a breath. Hey, you lot. Run up the like. Hey, Ellen, you're breaking up. Yeah, you're back. Sorry. Run up the likes, you lot. Hit the subscribe button. Go on, carry on.
Look at this Drizzy Des guy pops up out of nowhere.
Drizzy just came. I've not seen Drizzy in months, you know.
For weeks. Not since
last
weeks.
time I saw him was like 3 years ago.
Months, yo.
Oh, bless him. Hi, Drizzy.
Yeah. Drizzy Des.
Right. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, because I'm using my phone and I'm gonna tell you these stats. So he had obviously 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 shots on target, 0 chances created, 0 accurate crosses, 0 duels won, 0 fouls won, and 0 dribbles. All he did was cardio. This guy did cardio today. There was nothing else going on.
Saka did the same too, though. So those two are the same then, no?
Who?
Saka did the same against Chelsea today.
Well, listen, at least I could. If I had Saka, I would say, okay, it was a bad game for him, right? But this,
and then he could limp off as always, yeah.
Well, he can. It's all he does is limp. Like, I will say that. That's
crazy.
But in my head, yeah, Brennan Johnson, if he's not on the
we
score,
know Drizzy Des. We know. He's first.
I respect the honesty. You know what, Drizzy? As much as I dislike this comment, hey, I respect the honesty still.
Not that, Drizzy. I know why you're here. It's just that you pop up like a.
I don't know how he knew.
How the hell did you fucking know? That is a great point. That's mad.
How do you know that, Drizzy Des? It's Fatter's burner accounts tweeted out somewhere or something.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, in my head, if Johnson is not on the score sheet, he does nothing on the pitch. And this is why I was getting frustrated with him. But previously to when, he got all that abuse and stuff. Fair enough, he was scoring, and that's fine. But his overall performances are very, very, very average, if not below. And this is very, very worrying for me. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, he, because he scored in a few games, he's a great player. That's just not true. Scoring is not everything. Solanke has proved that. Because Solanke, in my opinion, regardless, I know he scored against Villa, but overall he hasn't been scoring a lot. He has been all over that fucking pitch, doing his job more than anyone else. Solanke off the ball and the fitness he shows is just as good as a goal, in my opinion. Today, Solanke was the only one that looked pretty decent. Again, another good performance for Solanke with no goals. The difference is Brennan Johnson, it's only goals, and he doesn't do anything else. And also, there's something to be said about Romero refusing to pass to Brennan. Don't know if it's because he doesn't trust him, but I've noticed it in a few games, and I watched him today because they were on my side. Literally, he will refuse to pass him the ball even if he's open. So I don't know what's going on there. Romero's pissing me off as well because every time we concede, it's normally his fault. Today was on Vicario. That second goal was awful. He never commands his box. His 6-yard box is not his. He's not a commanding keeper. He doesn't take charge in his box. That's worrying. We played Palace and Ipswich and gave them both their first wins of the season. I'm sorry. His record, which I put in the chat earlier, I can't remember the draws. Hold on a sec.
It was 6 draws, I think.
Please, how you got that to hand?
Yeah. So it was 17 wins, either 5 or 6 draws, and 17 losses in the last 39 games. That is awful. This is awful. This is a season of about 56 points if you do it 38 games. This is like, I'm sorry. I know people are saying, oh, we can't say anything bad about Ange. I'm not sitting here saying that I want him out. This is the only reason why I won't say that is because at least he's not a cunt. He is lucky we had 2 cunts in charge for the last 2 seasons. Otherwise, I would have been fuming.
See you next Tuesday. There goes my monetization.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, he is lucky we've had 2 people that I really dislike.
Now you say it, okay.
The last 2 seasons, because the reason why he's not getting heat is because at least he takes responsibility, wants to play a proactive style, and he's not horrible. He doesn't call out our players. He's lucky that we've been through so much shit in the last since we sacked Poch until now. Otherwise, the fans would have been on him. Realistically, Jose Mourinho, Conte, Poch were all sacked for less. They got more points than him in the last, let's say, in the last calendar year, and they were sacked. This is dreadful. As much as I would say, when we do play well, we blow teams away, and I agree with that. But what my problem is, we can't get any points when we're not having an amazing day. We're not going to play our best football every game. And this is my problem. We have to be on top form to get a result.
To win games.
And you can't expect our players to be like that. We're not robots. So in my head, I'm like, well, obviously there's a problem then. Because I know that my team is not going to be 10-10 every game. And you can't expect to win every game. So this is my issue. His in-game management, he has no problem solving because he only wants to play one style. I'll simply end it with this. Not defending does not equal good football. He thinks if I simply don't defend, I'm playing attacking. That's not how it works.
Yeah, you know what, though? And it comes off, especially after the game on Thursday where you heavily rotated as well. And you're going up against Ipswich, who, yeah, they play some good football, but they still haven't won a game for 3 months. Do you know what I mean? They gave Ipswich their first, Crystal Palace their first win as well. But it's like, you know what it is now? It's becoming a question. Do you know what, Flores? When I saw that result, I didn't even go
shocked. You weren't shocked.
Sorry, can you repeat that because it
yeah, I'm just saying it comes because he had the problem he also had is he rotated in Thursday's game, so it's not as if he could come out and go, oh well, the players are tired because I know some of them did play against Galatasaray, but he couldn't come out.
Yeah.
It's like. You're right, though. I'm convinced he doesn't coach the defense. I'm convinced he doesn't coach it.
I heard from people that actually know people in the club, right? So this is like, I'm not just talking like, oh, they do podcasts, but this is like, they're part of the supporters trust. They had
they got links. They got links and stuff.
So I'm not like just talking rubbish, and they're older guys as well. They're not like young people just shouting. Yeah,
it's hush.
That he knew 2 ex-players, ex-defenders. He didn't name who because he said he can't. But he said he knew 2 ex-defenders that went to multiple Tottenham training sessions, and the defenders were given no coaching. They were literally there, told to get on with it themselves. How apparent is
That's
that?
crazy. Man's just there, meme. That is crazy.
Yeah,
that just sounds like
do your thing.
It's so apparent.
Do your thing, yo.
I'm sorry, there is no chemistry being built up with our defense. No chemistry being built up with our defense, which is a problem. And how can they build chemistry if they're getting no coaching? They don't know where each other are. When you're looking at when we concede goals, it looks like they just literally don't know who to man mark. They're all surrounded one player, and then there's always someone open. That's because there's no actual passage of play being coached when they have the ball in these positions. This is exactly where you need to be, so on and so on. And he said he's never seen anything like it or heard anything like it where the defense are literally left and all you coach is the attack. That is insane, because I'm sorry, I know people go on about me about going on about Poch. People say to me, oh, well, if you're playing attacking, you're going to concede. We had one of the best defenses in the league and we played attacking. And I lived that, and I know that's actually true because I know the stats. So let's stop making out that you playing attacking means you can't defend. That's not how it works.
Yeah, and it's not like he could get away with it in like the Scottish League and all the other leagues he's coached in, because the level of them is not as high as the Premier League, and you can't get away with it. Look,
exactly. And then he minds about the fans. All he does is talk shit about the fans, but yet all you do is talk rubbish in a fucking press conference and do nothing on the pitch. I'm sorry, I'm tired of the monologues. I don't need to hear how you do things without you actually doing anything. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, right. And people say, oh, you've won this, you've won that. Who have we honestly beat? Like, if we go through the teams that we've lost to and the teams that we beat, other than United under Ten Hag is a different story.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, we was under Satan himself. Yeah, I hear you.
And what I will say is, yes, we were defeating you with 11 men. Yeah, what was the score? 1-0. You could have easily, even playing shit, you could have easily have got one goal. What I'm saying is, we were all over you, and we still were so wasteful. At 10 men, they had a chance. They had a chance. We were lucky we had already scored again. They were playing better with 10 men. If you had 11 men, you never know what could have happened, and the score was only 1-0. So when people say to me, oh, you beat this team, all our away performances, most of the time, we beat teams that have 10 men, which is a worry. And we've only got 3 away wins in the whole of 2024.
Yes.
How many? Wait, you've only got 3 away wins. Wait, you've only got 3 away wins in 2024.
Yeah, that's a true stat.
Yeah. That being said, Alan, a stupid question. Before Brandon, I'll bring you in a second as well. But big up, Brandon.
I've been ranting, Brandon.
Nah, it's cool, man. Like, this is therapy sentence. What was your thoughts on the Galatasaray game midweek, if you did indeed watch?
That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. But
talk about it, floor's yours.
The reason why I won't say too much on that game is because I do understand it was a rotated lineup. This is where my anger comes in today, because I would have rather you play our whole fucking team in that game if that's the performance our team are going to put out after being rested. Because the one thing I will say is, yes, we rested players, but I'm sorry, 32 chances created by Galatasaray.
Yeah, they
that is
what?
awful.
Yeah, they battered that game.
I didn't see that game. What?
Yeah, Ryan, the fact that it was only 3-2 is flattering to Spurs.
That's mad. I know they have Osterman, but still.
It should have been about 10-3 or some bullshit.
Five-a-side score. Yeah, it was a 5-a-side score. That should have been.
And fair enough. Like, I was like, cool. I'm not gonna go crazy about that game. I understand it was rotated, but when people say bullshit to me, like, oh, we're gonna win the Europa, going away to anyone is a problem. Let alone decent sides in Europe. Who do you think? Where do you think we're winning anything? I can't even go away to Palace and perform decently. So
you got a point.
If every game was played at home, fair. But like, you can't sit here and say to me, "Oh,
England
we might win the Europa."
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna go on casually.
Surfer, blessings, yeah. Every time, man. Love Surfer every single time. Blessings.
Right, I'll let Brandon talk now. Bye, Surfer.
Nah, it's cool. Get off your chest. Carry on. It's cool. We're gonna get to Brandon. Don't worry about it. We want to hear this.
I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. This is what we're here for. You ain't new here. This is what we're here for. Therapy sessions. Go on, CP.
I think honestly, Elena, you're more the way you're talking is more fluid than your attack. So I think you should go on ahead. To be honest,
no, exactly. This is what annoys me as well. Like, what annoys me as well is that we're not even attacking well. Like, I agree. Sometimes it does click. It does click, and I'm like, when it clicks, it's great. But as I said, you can't be just shit or really good. You have to have a middle ground. We don't have a middle ground. When we're not clicking, there is no answers. And I'm sorry, when people say, oh, it's the transfer window, he signed bums like Werner again.
Yeah, he did
sanctioned that signing.
He did.
Like,
shout out to
sorry, you saw his best season. His best season at Chelsea was 5 or 6 goals or some rubbish. And you actually thought, yep, this is a guy I want to re-sign after a shit first loan.
Man signed him twice, you know.
Man
signed Werner twice. That is crazy work,
that's
you know.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
twice.
Still.
And Ange's my guy, but yeah, that's under that. I can't defend that.
What do you mean Ange's your guy?
I like Ange, I like Ange. Ange plays great.
Ryan, he says we. Ryan, he says we when he talks about Spurs.
No, you got to understand from a neutral perspective, Spurs are a great watch. Spurs do not have boring games. See? No, so that's what I was saying, Eleanor. That's what I was saying to Ryan when he's like, why do I like Ange? Because from a neutral perspective, if I see Spurs on the lineup and I can be a Spurs watch along, I'm doing it. Because you know you're going to get goals. They may win. They might win 5-4. They may lose 7-5. They may win 3-0. They might get smacked 4-1. Like, it's what it is. Go on,
Eleanor, I'll just say one thing to you, though.
But this is why I'm not going as hard on him as I would a Jose or whatever, because at least I know he wants to play a proactive style. At least I enjoy his style, and at least he takes responsibility and all of that. But at the end of the day, it is a results business. And if your record in 39 games is 17 wins, like 5 draws or 6 draws and 17 losses, I am going to get angry. Like that's the bottom line, and I agree that I understand there's no point getting rid of him now. And it's a different situation to like a United where you had to get rid of Ten Hag like now. I'm not saying we have to get rid of him now, but I'm saying in the summer, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a process. End of the day, like there's one thing I heard Saeed say. I was watching your stream with him. And I heard him say this. He was like, you know, when people say there's no one out there that we can get that's better, you keep trying till you get it right.
Absolutely.
And when he said that, I was like, you know what? That is so fucking true. Because what's the point of supporting a club if there's no answers? I hate that saying because there's no point me supporting then. I'm going to keep trying till I get it right. Look at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like you keep trying till you get it right. I'm not a little club that has to sit here and be like, oh, well, at least he's a nice guy and at least he wants to play attacking football. I respect you for that. I'm not sitting there calling you names like I would the other managers. But I'm annoyed with certain things. Your monologues in the press conferences, that needs to go because that is going to make me hate you.
Eleanor, I'll just say one thing to you though. Win your next game and I'll like Ange as well.
Nah, I'm just like I say, man. I'm just great for the.
Who we got next? Oh, City away. Oh fuck! City. I don't even know what wants to happen there. I can't lie.
Please win that.
You know what? It won't even surprise me if they went there and won. That's the craziest part.
They give City a tough time, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? You know what's mad? In all the years, this isn't an Ange thing. This is a Tottenham thing. In all the years, we've got the most wins against Pep and City. Like even before
crazy.
Pep. Like the reason why we got top 4 is because we won. We won at the Etihad. Do you know what I mean? Like the first time ever was Crouch header.
See, I knew there was a reason I liked you lot. You know what I'm saying? That adds into it too. Thank you for reminding me.
We always get to a result against City. And it's always like, well, you're going to get a result against City, then you're going to lose to Fulham the next week, but you're going to give Arsenal an easier time to get the title. Like, that shit pisses me off. If I was like, all right, we're going to beat City, then we're going to go on an unbeaten run, I'll be like, cool. This inconsistency makes it think, what's the fucking point? Because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. So
you don't have to worry about that.
You don't have to worry about that.
I still think it's like a 10% chance.
That ship has said, Ryan, 10%, and this is me and Mo was having this debate before Brandon goes. If you was down to had to do a surgery of some sort, and they said there's a 90% chance that this goes wrong, are you doing the surgery?
Oh yeah,
no.
I'm not doing it then. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's Arsenal in the title. That's Arsenal in this quote unquote title race. Before we get to Brandon, you lot run up the likes because there's over 120 of you lot, and we're only at 60 likes. So let's get up to 100 likes and run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel and put Brandon's channel in the title, please. One of the mods as well. Go on, CP. What are you gonna say?
So I just have one more question for Elena. I think this is a bit of bias from me and obviously you because we have Chelsea managers we love and you hate all our Chelsea managers. So you're saying we shouldn't fire Postecoglou because I'll wait till the summer, but then like you were saying, this double standard of Jose had more points than this and he got fired mid-season. Same with Conte, and these men have gotten closer to a trophy in Jose than any of your other managers besides Pochettino.
They're in the quarterfinal of the League Cup and still in the Europa League, fam. And the FA Cup. Don't do that.
Yeah, sure. Anyways.
Okay.
They're still on for 4 trophies.
Still on for 4 trophies. They got a 10% chance in the league.
And the thing
what are you doing, CP, man?
I'm sorry with this whole, like, we're playing positive football nonsense. It still hasn't won you anything. The negative one.
But playing negative
after
football won me nothing and made me hate my club.
It actually got you closer to win you something, and then your ownership decided to fire him.
I'm not selling my soul. I watch my team to enjoy football. I'm not selling my soul for an energy drink cup. I'm not lying to you. I think that cup for me all depends on timing of winning it. What's the point in me winning that cup and being shit after it for all season?
So can I tell you that's the most
let land CP let land and then you can respond. Go on.
I'm not gonna be okay if you say, oh, but you're Tottenham, you won it. I want to win that cup. It's gonna push me on to win more. I still want to act like a big club, even if we haven't in the last however many years. I'm not a Nottingham Forest or a Wigan or whatever. I know they've won the Champions League, but I'm talking like nowadays. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want to win the League Cup and that's it, because that's what Jose had us. At the end of the day, in 2008, when Ramos won the League Cup, what did it do for us? Nothing. We had to sack him anyway. So in my opinion, Jose should have been sacked after Zagreb. I do not care. That guy got beat by a manager in prison.
Oh, yeah, the manager was on the wing, yo.
I remember that. That was mad.
You're telling me I shouldn't have wanted to sack him. I'm sorry. A bypass
on his way there now.
A Frank Lampard Chelsea and got me to a semi-final, and Brentford. No, that's the fucking bullshittest of cup runs I've ever heard in my life that people go on about. We literally got a bypass Leighton Orient, beat a Frank Lampard Chelsea and Brentford, and we were in the final. Like,
was that your run?
So
that was our run.
Okay, can I respond?
When they going up against
City as well? I get what Ellen is saying. Though you can respond in regards to, she's like, just entertain me at this point. Forget the other stuff, which I get.
I'm sorry. This is the most Spursy thing ever. I'm sorry. This is like Madrid and us. I don't care how we play. Get me trophies.
Well, I do.
CP, they're Spurs.
Entertaining for me, winning shit.
CP.
No, but that's not
winning. Spurs.
Right, again.
Flawless, but what's the point of sport, dude? I want to win in my life. I don't care.
In 2008, what did it get me? In 2008, what did it get me when Ramos won that League Cup?
Where got you the best day of your life. You haven't won shit after top four.
No, so let me explain to you. I was in year 8. I watched that game. I celebrated fine. The best night of my life supporting Tottenham Hotspur was that Champions League semi-final. And I saw a trophy in 2008. So don't tell me that trophy means so much, because it does not. It would if you're on an up. Like, for example, when Newcastle were in the final, if they won it at that point, I genuinely believe they're on the up.
Oh,
that
trajectory.
Pushes them on to do more. If you're in the shithole and you've managed to get to a final and you win the final, it's going to do nothing for you in the future.
I get what Ellen is saying in regards to that.
I'm not even saying you shouldn't have fired Jose. I'm saying you should ask for Postecoglou's head right now, because we're going by similar. You should have the same standards, right?
No, my standard.
You've been playing entertaining football, but still points are nothing.
He's lucky that he's playing trying to. I'm not saying he's executing it. I'm saying he's trying to play a football style that I like and think is sustainable in the long run. When I look at our overall XG, I'm quite happy. I'm an XG merchant. Hate me if you would. Right?
I respect that. I like XG still.
Yeah, Ryan likes it. It tells you all you need to know. Go on, Alan.
I go by XG. I think it's a good metric.
Yeah, man.
So for me, if I see something that I genuinely think that defensive football that Jose was playing us, I'm sorry, we played Chelsea at home and Son didn't have a touch in their box till the 89th minute. That is disgraceful football. That is disgraceful. I not want to play football like that. So for me, at least I'm just trying to play that style of football. While I'm saying that, with Jose, the difference is Jose's toxic when he gets unhappy. Ange is not caused a toxic environment. True. So there's a big difference between wanting Ange gone now and having Jose gone at the time. Jose was out in press conferences calling out our players. I don't want Ange to do that. I don't want our managers to call out our current players, because I just think that causes a toxic environment. I want you to do your job better. Stop blaming it on everyone else. Ange doesn't sit there after West having fucking Jesse Lingard dancing on us, saying, "Oh, me and my coaching staff is second to none, but you just got fucking 3-0."
Okay,
that's
so
crazy. Is that wait, before you go, is that what he said? He said my coaching staff are second to none after you lost to West Ham. That is crazy work, you know. That is crazy work.
You're saying
go on, CP.
Postecoglou is not toxic, but then your fans, such as yourself, also criticize him for going after the fans last season.
I'm talking about the
that is
dressing
toxic,
room.
Though. Still,
I'm talking about the dressing room.
Nah, yeah, the dressing. Yeah, I get what she's saying. Like Ange, as bad as the results are, Ange isn't as bad outside of the results as Jose is. Like Jose is such a detriment.
And Conte.
Like he's like Jose and Conte, when things are not going right, like results, they make it much worse. There's one thing losing football matches. But then when you start saying certain things, it just adds to the angst, and it just adds to it.
And talking about my club as well.
Yes.
Like, don't talk about my club. We're employing you. We're paying your wage. Don't talk about my club.
That's right.
At least Ange says this is on me. He literally came out and said this is on me. I need to.
He has accountability.
Yeah. Jose, like I said, I'll be
no
my
accountability.
They literally called
zero.
The Newcastle game against Steve Bruce. They called it the El Jurassico, and we drew.
El Jurassico. Wait, I've never heard that before. El Jurassico is brilliant. Send that to me. Now, El Jurassico is brilliant. I've never.
No, and also this comment about CP has high standards. No, he doesn't. He wants me to be happy winning a League Cup and then be shit after it. That's not high standards. That's low. I have high standards. I want to win the Prem.
And I love Steve Bruce. That's one of my guys. He did so well at United as a player, but that is. El Jurassico is crazy work.
Let's let Brandon talk about Arsenal. That might.
Brandon, floor's yours, man. You've been falling. I know you feel better already hearing this, but yeah, floor's yours, Brandon, man. Thoughts on Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. Bit of pride in the cut as well.
I can't lie. Eleanor's waiting to buy me, but I think you've actually cheered me up, Eleanor. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was.
Before you go, Brandon, CP, what are you doing, bro? You just set her off.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nah, CP knew what he's doing. Hey, CP, good stuff. Go on, Brandon. Floor's yours.
I thought I was in the mud, but fucking hell, when you're Spurs, you're in quicksand, didn't you? That's just. Yeah. But anyway, less said about them, the better. But yeah, we're done. We're done out here. Title race over. Finished. Finito. Anybody who thinks, Arsenal will come back into it, it's only 9 points. Just look at the way we're playing right now. Look at how this manager has got this team playing. 2 years ago, Arsenal were playing a similar attacking style of football as to what we're seeing from Liverpool now. Right? And now we're playing like prime 2009 Stoke City. We've got all these big 6'4" physical presences in every position of the pitch. They're all fucking lampposts. They can't move. You know, they've got the turning circle of the Titanic. But it doesn't matter because they're big physical presence. And we'll win a game on a set piece. That's what we've become under this manager. Time to go. Bye-bye.
Okay. Can I question him on this? You don't know my feelings probably from the chat, but I won't go as in because it's not Cam, and Cam lets me go crazy and then messages me that it's fine. So I won't do that to you, Brandon. But I will say, I think it's mad that you don't want Arteta gone. Let me explain. I know you're going to say, but we're Arsenal, we're not Tottenham. But I had my nearly manager and we sacked him and we've never been near it again. So I think you should just keep your nearly manager because this is better.
Keep the nearly manager is crazy
what I'm
work.
going through. I'm going through, this is better. I would trade places in a second if I could. And who do you think you're winning a Prem against? It's City and now Liverpool.
But how damaging is it for Arteta if it's Slot who wins the league this season?
Eleanor, keeping nearly managers is why Spurs haven't won a trophy in 16 years.
But who do you think you're going to get that's going to get you back up there like that?
That's not my job, is it?
I get that. I say that too. I do get that. I actually do get that.
Alan's just taking this Arteta renting way too far because I'm Arteta in, but hey, we move. Go on, Brandon, as you were.
But, I mean, people will say, who are you going to go get and all this, that and the other. I'm not fussed about that. As long as
I feel that because I say the same about Ange. Like when people say to me, "Oh, you're going to replace him with," that's not my problem. I just need to do better. But I just don't think against Pep, you're going to get a title like in the last 2 years. Okay, now if Slot does it,
you just said, Eleanor, right? You just said yourself, The only reason that you're not on Postecoglou's back is because he plays a style of football that you like watching, right?
You got.
Arteta isn't even doing that at Arsenal anymore.
Yeah, you've got a point. You've got a point. But I just think you are doing well. I think because I've seen the reason why I feel so strongly about this is because I've seen my club be that club for 2 years, and then the third year we weren't really up there, but obviously we got to the final. But I've seen my club go from that to nothing, and that really that it's really hard to get back up there with a new manager.
We're going to nothing anyway, Eleanor. Like, just to put it in perspective, if you guys had won today, you would have got overtaken us in the league. If we lose our next game against Nottingham Forest, who are playing very well, by the way, right now, and they're sat third in the league.
They did lose today.
Nuno's going to finish above us, by the way.
Fifth. They're sat fifth, by the way. Yeah.
Nuno's going to finish above us. I'm just saying.
They're playing well, right? Nottingham Forest are playing. Our next game is against Nottingham Forest after the international. So it's not inconceivable that Arsenal could lose that game. If we did that and Manchester United beat Ipswich, they're 1 point behind us.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
That's
but you
crazy.
also have to take in consideration the amount of injuries and red cards you've had.
No, I don't.
They've actually had a tough fixture list as well, Arsenal, to be fair.
Tough fixture list. Hype!
God.
The Arsenal Football Club.
Hype!
Right.
Injuries. Hype!
Right.
System.
The only team who hasn't played.
Wait.
Let me
Wait, Brandon, he said something.
Take injuries or red cards into consideration. Right, Declan Rice gets sent off. Okay. Now, whether we like it or not, it's written in the rule book that if you kick the ball away and you're already on a yellow card, it's a second yellow card. Right? Okay, fair enough. This hasn't happened to other teams, and we've got other examples of players being on a yellow card, kicking the ball away and not getting a second yellow card. But that's the only one that I can excuse. William Saliba deserved to be sent off against Bournemouth because it was a goal-scoring opportunity. And Trossard deserved to be sent off because 2 weeks prior to that, Declan Rice got sent off for the exact same thing, and that fucking clown didn't learn from it. Also, on the injury front, I'm not going to sit there and blame injuries because this manager's had 5 years and £800 million spent on a squad. He should be able He should be able to use his squad better, but he can't. And the prime example being today, right? We played Martin Odegaard, who's just had a long-term injury, and we've just thrown him back in. He's not fully fit. You can see he's not. And we played Declan Rice with a broken toe today. Why? Because he doesn't trust his squad. He doesn't trust the other players that we've got available on the bench that he spent money on, that he bought in over these 5 years to do the job and to do the business. So ultimately, I've always said this, right? This is how you know whether your manager is good or not. Because anybody in world football, any Arsenal fan, any football fan can pick Arsenal's best starting 11 and say, go out there and play football. Right? That's easy. That's a piece of piss. This is where your manager earns money. Your manager earns his money when you've got controversy against you, you've got things not going your way, you've not got the players available.
Oh my God, you sound like me. That's actually true. It's actually true. I'm not.
She tried to gas you to keep you gaslight you to keep in your name, man. You know, we see your game. Caught in 4K. You know what I'm saying? Hey, VAR, that shit. You lot see that.
I've
You see the point.
I've said the same at the end of the day. Like when people said to me, "Oh, morale is down," with Jose's team or whatever. Yeah. Whose job is it to keep the morale up?
Yeah, but
whose job is it to pick the tactics? It's true. It's true.
In fact, you see your G, yeah. All right, go on, Brandon, as you were.
Sorry, that's great.
Patrick, unmute yourself, bro. Defender, man.
Nah, no, it's cool. Go on, Brandon. Carry on, Brandon.
That's where the manager earns his money, when he hasn't got his full squad available to him, when he has to think of new ways to get results and win. Well, he couldn't do it. We literally had Odegaard out injured. That was it. That was our only attacking player. And we lose to Newcastle. We lose to Bournemouth. You know, we're dropping points against teams that, look, Newcastle and Bournemouth are decent, but these are the same sort of, they're not the top level teams. I've never been worried about Arsenal beating any of the top six, because a prime example of last season, Arsenal's top six record against.
Was it the best? You had the best record, right? Yeah.
And Man City's was the worst, and they still.
No, the thing is, I do actually see your point, because another thing I used to say was like, when we had that good 2017 team and everyone was like, "Oh, Poch is your nearly manager," blah blah blah. And obviously, I never wanted to get rid of him. But if we did get rid of him and got the winning manager then, when we had the team, I could say, okay, fine, you've got a point, because we have the players to match that ambition. But if you're going to wait, I understand. I actually understand. It's actually agreeing, yeah? I'm actually agreeing. What I'm saying is, if you're going to wait 5 years and then that team goes stale, then you have to start again. That's where, we fucked up, because we sacked Poch too late if you're going to get that winning manager. If we're going to go into another rebuild, we have the perfect rebuild manager, which is why it made no sense at the time. But if you're going to say, now, right, let's sack Arteta now, for example, and get the winning manager now because I believe we have the players, I can understand your point.
Yeah, but this is the funny thing, right, Eleanor? A lot of Arsenal, especially the top gooners, will always come out with, especially when it comes to Spurs, Pochettino, he was a nearly man. Guess what? Pochettino had 5 years at Spurs and he didn't win a trophy. If Mikel Arteta doesn't win a trophy this season, that'll be 5 years without a trophy. What's the difference? It's exactly the same.
Exactly. What is the difference? Because it's actually been 4 years, 101 days, 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 56 seconds since Arsenal last won a trophy.
And the thing is as well,
who's counting?
Under Arteta, you guys have had money. Poch never had the money.
Right, because some other Arsenal fans, like I heard Lee Gunner say this, and it's crazy to me to hear Lee say this, to be honest with you. But he said, "I don't care, just win me a trophy," right? And I understand it, because we've been starving, right? We've been starving for trophies. The thing is, though, is when you've had a manager for 5 years and he's spent the sort of money that Arteta has done, I don't think a League Cup or an FA Cup is good enough for him to be able to...
I understand that.
Yeah,
but I also think it could push you on to win more.
Yeah, I get what Lee Gunner means. Like, if you guys were to, winning something, because all these Arteta defenders, him winning a trophy would buy him more time to eventually, or potentially, probably not, win a title.
Yeah, I get
That's the thing. Just going through every season with nothing gives you no credit. Winning a trophy gives you more credit.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that for the amount of time and the money, like I say, he should have been winning League Cups and FA Cups along the way.
I agree with that. Yeah, there's no excuse not to.
Eric Ten Hag at Man United won 2 trophies, right? But in the end, that wasn't what got him sacked. What got him sacked was the fact that Man United was stinking out the gaff.
Yeah, what got him sacked was his transfer, his buys, his sells, his style of play, his tactics, his man management. Yeah. His results, performances, home record, away record, his personality. Sorry.
Personality?
Yeah, sorry.
The way he speaks, the
way he walks, the way he talks.
Beard.
The fact his first name's Eric.
He's bald, but he ain't Pep.
The lack of accountability. The fact his first name's Eric and his surname's Ten Hag. Sorry, I've had flashbacks.
I haven't seen this hatred for a manager before ever.
Oh yeah. He had me in hell. He had me. I'm so. I'm so glad.
What Ollie did.
Yes. It was worse.
Because I remember you wonder.
It was worse.
I think, in my eyes, with this,
the way you speak sounds like you don't like Ten Hag. I wonder why.
With this, I think for me, where my frustration comes from to the Arteta outers is, I had that guy and I wish I still had him, as in Poch. But I can understand that you are a bigger club than Tottenham, so your standards should be higher. So I do understand that.
They're not that much bigger than Tottenham.
Well,
they are prime.
They are. I'm being real now. I'm going to say the biggest club in London is Chelsea. Let's be real, because of the European credibility. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. I actually back Chelsea in this argument, but anyway.
Elena, I didn't hear you.
I think my fear comes from, I'm scared for you guys because I saw it happen to me. But I do believe you have very good players. I always sit here and bang on about your defence, and they're not exactly showing they're a great defence this season. To be honest, people don't talk about Liverpool's defensive record, but they've been unreal defensively this season.
I hear you though.
But continue. It's okay.
But what I'm saying is, I think I'm just worried for you guys sacking him and being. I'm not worried. I'm just saying, be grateful, because we thought we could do better and then we haven't. But I do think we sacked him too late. So I do believe if you did get a manager that can win with the players you have, I do actually think you have a very good crop of players. I do believe that you have good players. So the tactics of this season has been a problem.
The thing is, though, the difference between Arsenal and Spurs, right, is you wasn't told way back when that we was moving into a new stadium to compete with this team and this team and this team and this team and all the rest of it. 21 years down the line, we haven't even won a league title since then.
I mean, we have been told those lies, but it hasn't been.
You've
21
been told them. What I'm saying, you've been told them recently, like.
Yeah, we haven't had 21 years, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, exactly, and this is why it's like, because back when I was growing up, it used to be Arsenal, Man United fighting out for league titles.
Yeah, it was awful. But, yeah, up the Red Devils.
Right. So Arsenal go this long a league title, and I don't think we should either. With the money, not being funny, with the money that we have spent.
You have spent a lot of money.
Man City, we've outspent Real Madrid, we've outspent every single club apart from Chelsea in the planet, and we still haven't won a trophy.
I will say, Pep.
Can I ask you a question,
genius,
Brandon?
though. So last season and your point records for the last 2 seasons have been very, very high.
No,
like you hardly lost last season. You didn't win the title. I don't think that's
points total hype. What did they win?
No, but I agree with that. But what I'm saying is we have to take into account that Pep exists.
Brandon.
No,
Brandon.
I'm so done with that. I'm so done with that.
I'm not falling for this stats hype, man. Honestly.
Brandon, I have a question.
Say that again, Fats. What did you say?
I'm not falling for this stats hype, man. Like, it's a 50%.
Go on, let Brandon. Yeah, I hear you. Go on, Brandon. Say what you're saying. Go on, Brandon. TJ, blessed for the raid as well. Appreciate it. Go on.
Brandon, I've got a question for you and TJ. Because Arteta has been given a lot of money to spend and build, right? Yeah, he's bought the wrong players and wrong quality, whatever, but he has been given a lot of money. Do you guys trust your board to sack Arteta at the right time, bring in the right manager, and give him actual money to spend?
Probably not, no, because I don't think they'll ever PR another manager in the same way that they have done Mikel Arteta. But anyway, in answer to Eleanor, and the reason why I don't have to sit here and accept that Pep Guardiola exists is because, as I said earlier, Arsenal's top six record against the top 6 teams last season was the best. Man City's was the worst.
And what cost you wasn't them. It's the fact that you lot didn't fail to beat West Ham and Fulham.
We failed to beat West Ham.
Aston Villa as well.
And Villa did the double.
Villa was the big one.
Villa was the big one.
And we drew it home to Spurs. Sorry.
Hey, Finnice.
Yo, TJ, can I ask TJ and Brandon a question?
You're wearing white. Shocker.
Man.
Angel, man. He's representing. He's in kit.
He's representing his new favorite team. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Go on, Brandon. Carry on.
But yeah, that's why I don't have to acknowledge that Pep Guardiola exists, because over the past 2 years we've come close to winning the league.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Both times, it was in our hand. We if we had done our job when we was 8 points clear, we would have won it.
Yeah, but I don't think...
Where to Don Robbie, man, it was all in your hands. He wasn't lying when he said that. We were jokes about it now, but when he said that, he was spot on. When Don Robbie said it was all in up, like he was right.
People were saying the same thing they're saying about City right now. The last 2 years, they were.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're 100% right, but I think what makes title winners is not the Big Six record; it's the record against everyone else. We are a proof of that. I'm not saying that we beat all the Big Six, but what I'm saying is we beat City, right? A lot.
Got the best record against City, the best team in the country.
What I'm saying is performing. The little clubs do that, where we step up against the big clubs, but then we can't do it on a consistent basis to all the little clubs.
Yeah.
Today's a proof of that. I'm not saying Villa are a big club, but they're doing they did better than us last season, and they have been doing well. And against City, obviously in the week, we stepped up. But then it comes to the Palace of this world and the Ipswich of this world, and that's why we don't get top 4. And I think what makes title winners is all the other games, not just the Big Six. So I think for you guys, it's a consistency thing. It's a consistency thing rather than it being, oh, well, we have the best record. You did have the best record against the Big Six, but what you need to do is play like that every week.
But Eleanor, the thing is with Arsenal, the thing is with Arsenal and Arteta is if we say about Pep if Slot wins the title this season, that is damaging for Arsenal Arteta, really, really damaging.
It's
because
also
then there's
damaging a
no
little bit
excuse
for
at all
Klopp
for what's
because-
happened. If Slot wins the title in his first season, having spent no money literally, and finishing below Arsenal in the last 2 years, that is bad for Arteta.
We're gonna get to you, TJ. Go on, Brandon. Go on, TJ. Say what you're gonna say, and then we're gonna go to Brandon. Go on then, Brandon. Say what you're gonna say.
Go on, Brandon. If Slot wins the league this season, you just have to sack Arteta straight away. And then Man City may even have to look at Pep Guardiola as well.
I agree. I think it would show a lot of ambition.
Let me tell you this.
If you sacked him, it would show a lot of ambition of your club, like showing where you want to be.
If Arteta keeps his job after Slot wins the Premier League, and he didn't need £800 million spent, he didn't need a dog called win, he didn't need all these.
He didn't need five. He didn't need 5 phases. He didn't need more phases than Marvel. I hear you. Yeah. Trust.
No, do you know what? I appreciate this conversation because you've explained it very, very well. And I understand that your standards are very high. But what I'm saying is, where did these standards come from before Arteta? Because you didn't have them before. So that's what I'm saying. Be grateful to Arteta for giving you these standards because before you guys, for a while, you weren't around for a long time.
So, Elena, can I ask you a question? Because
I'm grateful to Poch for giving me standards.
Elena, what has Arteta done that Arsene Wenger wasn't already doing?
Yeah,
Arsene Wenger didn't have you in a title race for a very, very long time.
Are we giving him the challenging title? Is this where we're at?
No. What I'm saying is, I want them to be great. I'm grateful to Poch for giving my standards. Your standards dropped for a very long time, and now all of a sudden you talk like you have these high standards.
Yeah, now he's managing in America. Yeah.
Arsene Wenger, even in his worst period, in his last 6 years, won 4 FA Cups.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Jeez, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did bits in the FA Cup.
He did bits, to be fair, yeah.
I know it's only an FA Cup, right? But what Arsenal are now doing this season, because we're not in a title race, we're in a top 4 race, is we're reverting back to the Arsenal under Arsene Wenger. It's no different. Just because we challenged twice, we didn't win it, doesn't make no difference. The only difference being with Arteta is we're not actually picking up any trophies. Whereas at least with Wenger, we was picking up FA Cups along the way.
Well, you was.
I think the standards under Wenger from the fans were higher though than they are now because we remember the Wenger out protests back then. We remember Arsenal fan TV with the Wenger out all the time. Their standards were higher back then.
What I'm saying is, all of a sudden, you think you deserve the title when you weren't even in the conversation before Arteta.
I think it's more so that it's the missed opportunity. When you spend 93% of a league on top of the league and you don't win the league title, that is whoever you are.
I'm sorry, we should not be the biggest bottlers of the league. You lot are.
Yeah. Like that, for instance, that could be, let's say Forest do that somehow miraculously this season. Even if they didn't win it, they would be super disappointed. If you spend 93% of the time on top of the league over 2,500 days, you have to win it.
Bridesmaids FC.
You have to win it.
The top, let's say the wedding, Bridesmaids FC. You're the bridesmaids. All the others are guests.
We're the bridesmaids of the league. You bridesmaid every cup.
I just want to be invited to the wedding. I ain't even invited anymore.
Yeah,
I just want to be invited. My invite got lost. It went to Villa. It went all the way to Villa.
It went to shout out Villa, man.
I just want to be invited.
European heritage for true, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Villa.
I just want to be invited. And then this
we get Eleanor. You just can't. You can't even get in. You can't even be someone's +1. I hear that.
You definitely get the door shut in your face.
But let's get back. Let's get back to the game. TJ, your thoughts on it? Chelsea won. Arsenal won. Talk to us. You already rubbing your brow like. What's up?
I'm not going to say anything that Brandon probably already hasn't said, so I'm going to just go ahead and I just got off my channel bitching about it for an hour and a half.
TJ Word TV, make sure you subscribe, people.
Yeah. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. That wasn't a plug, by the way. I'm just tired of this club, bro. I'm so tired of this club. I'm telling you, the lack of clinical finishers that we have up front showed its head today again. Gabriel Martinelli, he was absolute shit. I'm not going to let this goal cover up what he did the entire first half. Don't get me wrong, the goal was great, but Roberto Sanchez was giving him that short side the entire fucking match. He had two chances to score He missed the first one and he got the second one. Roberto Sanchez is a horrible goalkeeper. Like any other goalkeeper worth their fucking snuff would have clean sheeted us today.
So the first attacker you're going in on is the guy who scored your only goal today.
Absolutely, 100%.
Let him land first and then Ramon.
100%.
Go on.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, and because Kai Havertz is going up there and he's just an empty suit that sprung a leak and led us to 10 men. Guy shouldn't have probably been on the pitch today. Odegaard probably shouldn't have been on the pitch today. Saka might as well not have been on the pitch today. Like it was just awful. Like watching Cucurella, aka Chelsea's sideshow Bob, go in and absolutely pocket this guy just shows that we don't have any answers to when Bukayo Saka gets locked up. Like, don't get me wrong, we looked a lot more fluid today than we did without Odegaard. I will give him that. But if we can't finish, what does it matter? Kai Havertz, why can't you stay on side? Why? Are you allergic to it? Like, is it like I'm dead serious. I'm asking a serious question. This guy, anytime he gives us hope, he's an inch over the line. He's awful. I'm just saying he's a purple patch player, and he's not good enough to get us to move us anywhere. Like the back line, I thought it was fine. I thought our defense was good. Obviously, we gave Neto way too much space. Way too much space on that goal, and he hit it very, very well. It was a well-deserved goal. I don't think Raya gets to that. He would have needed to grow a couple of feet to get to it. I don't understand where he's getting it. If anybody's going to get shit about that, it's the defense for giving him way too much space. But other than that, then, I mean, it was just not clinical on both sides. Chelsea had their chances they were missing, like Gusto missing that chance. Holy shit.
That's a bad miss.
That was awful. Like I could see how Chelsea fans would felt hard done by not winning that match because they weren't finishing their chances either. So overall, it was just a poor display. I saw this, and I'll wrap on this because I'm sure you guys already covered a lot on this. This league
it's cool.
This league is touted as the best league in the world. Anybody watching that game, which was supposed to be the marquee game of the weekend, that is a horrible advertisement for the Premier League. Horrible. Because they are going in there and they are watching. You got more entertainment out of watching United beat Leicester today. That was a better game to watch.
Respect, you know what I'm saying? The undefeated one. I think.
Yeah.
Respect to undefeated manager in the Premier League, man. Respect
are you ready? Are you ready to apologize to Bruno yet? Okay, we'll move. Anyway. No.
That was a good one.
You play 8 Ellen, no one asked you.
I'm sorry. I just appreciate that.
Anyway, all I'm going to say is,
guys from your
hey, TJ, yeah, this fucking TJ guy, you know, this fucking guy.
What did I do? I learned. Here's the thing: is people said when I got onto this channel that I was going to Sarcasm City Academy. I'm a graduate, my friend.
You fucking graduate, yo.
He drops lines like Peter. Is it an American thing? He drops lines like Peter. It's actually great. You're hilarious.
It's what his channel attracts. That's what it is.
Him and Peter are jokes.
Oh my god.
But anyway, no, man. Like just to wrap, man. Like like Brandon said, we're in a top 4 race. I thought we were in a top 4 race after we bottled it against Newcastle. And I brought this up on Most Channel the other day, and maybe people will think I'm overreacting. Maybe this could be a talking point. Are Arsenal at risk for dropping out of the top 4? I think we are. I think that
you saying City, Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea. I'm guessing that's the 4.
Villa are nowhere near Arsenal. Let's stop this. Arsenal are comfortably top 4 teams in the league.
I agree.
It won't.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's all.
Not. We're
closer to Everton than we are to Liverpool right now. So.
Oh, bro, come on.
How many points off are you off the top again?
No, I want to hear what Brandon. Am I out of control here? Am I being out of control?
Go on, let's say Brandon's thoughts.
I've never seen.
Brandon, you're on mute. There you go. Okay.
I've never seen Stoke City finish in the top 4, and we're playing like Stoke right now. So you never know. But
you're like Brandon. You're like a spicy smoked Stoke City, though. The Stoke City with quality like Saka and Rice and that. You got that spice, man.
With a bit of paprika on it.
Yeah, man. I'm saying you Stoke City. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Pepper Pulis.
Yeah, man. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Some paella dice, as someone called him. Yeah, man. That's what it is. You ain't rice and paella dice. You know what I'm saying? Go on, Brandon.
Cold light of day, right? When you look at it in the cold light of day, Aston Villa play better football than us. Bournemouth play better football than us. Fulham are on 1 point behind us, and they're playing better football than us. Brighton play better football than us. Spurs play better football than us. And I'm pretty damn sure that when Man United get Ruben Amorim, they will be playing better football than us. So unless
Nottingham Forest as well.
Unless the start and Chelsea
Nottingham
as well.
Forest, yep. Bad day today, but Nottingham Forest too.
Yeah, there's a good handful of teams that are below us right now in the league that are playing better football than us. If we continue this haram, this terrorist football, and not keep picking, it's all right doing it if you're getting results, but we're not even getting results no more. So Arteta's got to change it again and see if he could start playing a bit more of an attacking free style. And
the thing is, he can, because he has done that. Like, he has done that.
He's an arrogant arsehole, Eleanor. This is the problem.
Sorry, Zan. Fair. Sorry, Zan.
I don't think he's arrogant. I think he's afraid. I said this earlier on.
Tell us how you really feel, man. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
No, but it's true. I get it. I feel the same.
I said he's an arrogant asshole, and he was like, yeah, same. Sorry,
yeah, I feel it. I feel the stubbornness is more annoying than anything. Being stubborn in football when it's not working is very annoying. As I said about Ange, if your plan A isn't working in game, change it in game. Why can't I see you making any changes in game? Which is probably how you lot feel about Arteta, for example. Like, if things aren't working in game, why are you not changing something? That it doesn't even have to be personnel. Tactically, change the way we're playing, because if it's not working, then change it. So I'm sure that's probably how you guys feel.
We don't have the profile of player to change. That's my problem.
But you have though. You have played attacking and you have played defensively. So you do have the profile of player to change it. He's just refusing to do it.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference though, is that our attackers haven't changed. That's the difference. Yeah. Oh my God, that was the validation I didn't know I needed. No, here's the thing, is we have the same attackers that we had last season. The problem is we can't advance the ball like we did last season. Like we don't have the midfield to do it. Declan Rice is allergic to passing the ball vertically. Here's the thing. All right, I'm going to say this, and I cannot believe I'm going to say this. We need that Granit Xhaka type player that we let go to break the lines and actually get the ball up the pitch from the midfield. Unless it's Odegaard carrying the ball, or Declan Rice carrying the ball, running like a dinosaur like he does, we don't have anybody else that can do that.
We do.
Declan Rice was very good at breaking the line.
No, but we do, bro. We do have a player who can do that. But the manager won't fucking play him, and his name's...
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, Ethan Nwaneri. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, is I don't bring him up because what's the point? He's not going to put him in until the game's over. Go ahead.
To be fair, though, but he's not, like... I agree that he can progress the ball forward, but he doesn't do it from deeper areas, though.
No, he doesn't. He can't. He can't.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
He doesn't do it from deeper areas, but, the amount of times I watch this guy come on the pitch and he at least makes an impact, he offers something different. And to be fair, Odegaard is back now, so you'd understand why he's not getting minutes or whatever, but it was an absolute disgrace, the lack of minutes that Ethan Nwaneri received when Odegaard was out.
I definitely agree with that.
I know he's 17 and, but at the end of the day, the old saying is, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And I think he's good enough.
Yeah, fair. I feel the same. I would rather play Mikey more than I would Werner, so I feel you. And he's a kid. So.
Because the thing is with today, especially, when I was watching the Arsenal game, I don't think necessarily the issue was Odegaard, because obviously Odegaard can help out with trying to progress the ball from the middle third to the final third. My issue, and I think Flores can probably validate when we was doing the watch along, is that I didn't know what Arteta was trying to do when it came to building up the ball up to begin with. When you watch Chelsea in contrast, you knew exactly how they were trying to progress the ball forward. Did it sometimes came with a certain risk and Arsenal took advantage of it? And maybe Arsenal went a ball back? Yeah, but they took the risk when they tried to take the ball forward. But with Arsenal, I see just Partey dropping sometimes into the centre box situations where he then picks up the ball. Arsenal don't know what to do because nobody's in the middle. Rice was hiding. He did not try sometimes to see the ball, in my opinion. Didn't try to progress it.
Very obviously playing hurt.
Definitely could be playing part, but if you're just talking from specifically today, did not look like he was trying to be involved today. And Odegaard, surprisingly, was quite high up the pitch at times when you try to progress the ball. So I was always thinking, okay, who is going to be the guy who progresses the ball forward if it's not from the back line? And sometimes I even saw Ben White legit standing in midfield. Sometimes I saw the centre back stepping into the midfield to make up the numbers in midfield. But clearly it wasn't working. So I feel like, ironically, I was saying this was ironically a game where Jorginho could have come in because you need somebody was needed to help out when it came to building up. Because if you didn't build up, yeah, and you needed the leg true. But I feel like when you can't even build up the ball, you might as well just play on the counter attacking. This is what Arsenal then should have done, but they didn't. They didn't play on the counter attack.
Jorginho is no longer flavour of the week. Jorginho, all of a sudden, he doesn't exist to Mikel Arteta anymore. We'd rather bring on Mikel Lampos Marino instead.
Oh, he was tragic.
He was trash.
It was bad today, I can't lie.
Have you ever known a process where a manager has been there for 5 years, spent £800 million, yet we can look at this Arsenal squad and say, Arsenal need a striker. Arsenal need a new left winger because Martinelli is dog breath, right? We need another midfielder who can ball. So how is it that we, after all that money spent and all these years here, how is it that we can look at this squad and go,
but
well, we're still at least...
Isn't that going to get better now? Isn't that going to get better now about Edu?
Well, hopefully not. We're in Rosicky instead. So apparently,
that's the thing. I mean, Arteta one of these guys though. That's the thing though.
It's our friend.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, Brendan. It's friends of Arteta.
Yeah.
It's friends of Arteta, guys. Like this is what I was saying on the Arsenal Man United podcast earlier, and I'll say it again. You now have Arteta in a position to where he's going to be hiring his friends as his boss. The guy, it is now an Arteta dictatorship. He now has full charge of the club. And that's what worries me is that I don't see anything getting better. We're linked to Rosicky being our SD, and we are linked to Mertesacker.
Oh, so jobs for the boys. Hey,
jobs for the boys.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you know what? This is why.
Let me land.
This is why we're done. No, I'm not gonna let you land because I know where you're landing.
He knows the departure and the arrivals. He knows where you're landing. He ain't letting you land.
He's waiting at the gate to kick me in the nuts. That's what this guy's waiting to do.
I would never do such a thing, man.
Oh,
yeah, so it's
terrible, man.
Full of boys, you know. That's what it is at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But we was always told that Arsenal are building a structure where it doesn't matter who the manager is, it doesn't matter who the players are. They could be interchangeable. This structure's going to be it's built over a 5-year process, but if the manager fails, we can move on and we can interchange all the pieces of the puzzle. Well, that clearly isn't the case. Mikel Arteta has got a lot more power at this football club than what people think. He is literally like Wenger.
I think that's the thing on your owners, though. I mean, what I will say is when the Cronkies, before they gave more power to the kids, right? Didn't they give more power to his sons or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Before that, you weren't spending money. Now, okay, fine, you're spending more money, but they're clearly it's built around Arteta, and you are right, it's built around Arteta. Which, if that's a problem, then it will always be a problem now, because at the end of the day, like if you want him out, that ain't gonna happen at any time soon because he's got full control. So I understand that being a problem. I do think things could change. It depends obviously who you get. If he's getting full control, I don't know. I don't think managers should have that much control, personally. I understand that Poch had a go at us saying that he's not a manager, he's a coach. But realistically, you should just be a coach, because I think when you do get too much power, especially when you're not succeeding, you get too much power and now, you're just going to continue on that path. So I just do think that generally managers having that much power can be a problem. Like certainly if they're not succeeding, it's definitely a problem.
You only have to look at 2 examples, right? Man United, up until now, they never had a structure. They always had the manager was in charge of the football club. Same sort of scenario as what it was under Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson was the guy who was in charge of the football club. Man United tried to do all this with Mourinho. They tried to do the same thing with Van Gaal and all the other managers. It's only now that they brought in a structure, and now Ruben Amorim will be the coach, and that's it. Then you look at Liverpool. Liverpool are an example.
I was going to say this.
Yeah.
With Klopp getting all the power.
Klopp didn't want Salah. Klopp wanted
somebody.
No,
it's not even that,
didn't
bro.
want Salah.
Yeah.
But Liverpool in Salah anyway, and now look at what Salah's doing.
What I will say is Liverpool probably had one of the
when
best.
we had Michael Edwards, Klopp basically wanted all the power, and basically Michael Edwards got forced out. And we were literally 2 games away from winning the quadruple. Then Michael Edwards goes. Klopp becomes basically head of
Want a
recruitment.
cookie?
Vetoes Darwin Núñez over like
loves that
line. Our recruitment goes in the bin, and we fall apart in the last 2 seasons under Klopp. At the end of the day,
what I will say is, previously to this, Liverpool are a massive example of a good system behind the manager, and especially now, it's even coming into play now. Yeah, people say, "Oh, Slot hasn't got," when they say he hasn't got his team, he ain't got his players. Slot is proof that if you're a good manager, it doesn't necessarily matter if you have decent players. So what I will say is, I think now Liverpool again are set in the way of, if I have a good system behind my manager, like you've just said, they can be interchangeable. If it's all down to a manager, you are relying on him. He's the glue, which is what happened at Poch with Tottenham and Poch. It was all around him. And the minute he's gone, it's all gone to pieces, because you need to be a well-oiled machine behind the manager, and then the manager come in and just put his tactics in and do his job, not worrying about other people's jobs. I think football has progressed since the times of the Fergusons and all of that, where it all went down to the manager. They have different relationships with their players. They have different relationships with the higher-ups. They have different relationships with the clubs. Now, you are solely there to do your job, and everyone else should be doing their job behind the scenes and asking you, sure, giving your opinion if you want certain players, but you don't want them to have full control, because then they're not concentrating on their job. That's just the be-all and end-all. And at the end of the day, Slot, if he does win the Premier League this season, this is a massive, massive wake-up call to everyone else that doesn't understand how you can be a good, well-run team behind the manager.
Hey, CP, big up, man. Every single time, man. Large up. Go on, TJ. What are you going to say?
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
No.
Actually, no. You know what? No. Never mind.
No, go on. I want to hear from TJ, man. My brethren, man. Let me see.
Because this fraud, Ryan, right, came into my chat an hour ago.
Yeah, you're the only Ryan here,
you were there, Ryan. You're the only Ryan here. And he
man.
says, TJ, what are you worried about? Man City and Arsenal are still the favorites. When these guys are sitting 10 points above us, you are a fraud. And I'm going to call out the entire Liverpool fan base. I'm going to call out the entire Liverpool fan base that are saying that they're not favorites. Talk with some chest. We're in the same Champions League that you are, and we're in the same Premier League that you are. We're in the same Carabao Cup that you are. We're going to be in the same FA Cup that you are. Stop saying this. Stop it. Start talking with some chest.
You've had more injuries than you've had a harder fixture list. It is what it is. Like, I'm defending you guys.
No, we don't need defending.
I said no.
He doesn't want your defense.
I said no.
I don't want your defense. Your defense is about as good as a paper shield, my friend.
He's basically saying he's got high standards, and he doesn't want you to be giving him the flowers of,
It's like wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yo, Brandon, big up, man.
What are we doing?
Hi,
big
Brandon.
Yeah. Big up. Hey, you lot, make sure you subscribe to Brandon's channel as well.
Yeah,
and you outplayed us at the Emirates a couple of weeks ago, by the way.
What
did you say?
You outplayed us at Emirates a couple of weeks ago as well.
Yeah, it's because it was at the Emirates. I'm not looking forward to Anfield.
Yeah, but that's right at the end of the season.
You know what the difference? You know what the crazy part is? If Arsenal were 10 points ahead of Liverpool, Ryan wouldn't be saying this.
You would be saying Slot out for the fraud.
At the end of the day, they outplayed you, but they didn't win. That's the point.
Think about it. Imagine Arsenal were on the run that Liverpool was. Okay, so Ryan, let's actually break this down and let's break this down. Who are the players that have been injured for Arsenal that you think are so detrimental to why their form is the way it is? And we'll go break this down. One sec. Let me put down the laptop. Go on. Who are the injured players? Who are the injured players during the games that we're talking about? Because bear in mind, the games where they get criticised the most is the loss to Bournemouth and the game against Brighton. So who was missing from them two lineups? Because they're the two games we're talking about. They drew against Manchester City, which you can do, and they played well, fair enough. They drew against Liverpool. They're the 3 best teams in the country, depending on where you put them. So let's push them to the side. So they lost to Bournemouth, they drew to Brighton. So Ryan, who was missing from them two lineups that is so detrimental as to why they can't beat those two sides?
After we do this
Odegaard and
Ryan
Saka were
stuff, can I
missing
speak on the
against
game?
Bournemouth. I'm not saying
Okay.
there's an excuse for Arsenal.
Nah,
losing
dude,
those
you
games,
making
by
that?
the
You
way.
making
bro.
excuses because you're saying
I'm
the
not saying
injuries.
there's
Don't,
excuse.
nah,
I'm
nah, nah,
saying
nah,
that
nah,
they'll
nah.
get better.
Don't moonwalk. Don't moonwalk now. Don't moonwalk. So we saying the Bournemouth game. All right, cool. I'm literally pulling up. So
Saka
you're
and
telling me.
Odegaard didn't play that game.
So you're telling me Arsenal without Saka and Odegaard are not good enough to beat Bournemouth away. This is what you are telling me.
No, they should have been, but I'm saying they'll
Okay.
get better.
No,
So you can't have it both ways. Either they're good enough to beat Bournemouth without Saka and Odegaard, or they aren't. You can't have it both ways. So I ask you this question again: Are Arsenal Football Club good enough to beat Bournemouth away without Saka and Odegaard? Yes or no?
Yes, they should.
Okay,
be, yes.
so there's no excuses then. Injuries is not an excuse for that
saying it's
game.
an excuse. I'm
No,
just
you've
saying that
literally said it's an
regardless of
excuse.
the
So they've had
injuries,
injuries.
you
You're
did say
literally
that.
using it as an excuse as to why you said injuries. So I said they're the two games they've dropped points
the
in.
reason why, but what I'm saying is they'll get better.
You said it's the reason why? No, forget them being
what's the reason
better.
though?
Forget them being better. We're talking about right now. We're talking about the games they've lost so far. Will they get better? I agree with you. They will get better. They've shown that today. Arsenal are not as bad as they've shown. So we've admitted the Bournemouth result in which they've dropped points is nothing to do with injuries. That's their quality. Who was missing in the Brighton game that cost them so heavily?
They got a red card, didn't they?
Okay, whose fault was it that they got a red card?
There is
Nah, he
something.
was
There
right.
is an
Obviously, he was
argument.
Okay, so
no.
so they hurt themselves. That is not on
There is
Brighton.
an
That is not no
argument
one
to
else.
be made about the discipline in this team, and there is an argument.
And Eleanor, so you're saying Arsenal have a discipline problem? Whose fault is that?
No, I'm saying.
I agree with you.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that's Arteta's job. That is part of Arteta's job.
Yeah, we talk giving these injuries.
Them how to injuries happen to everyone. Yeah,
Exactly.
I do believe that getting your best players injured is going to harm you. I 100% agree with that. But when it's not an excuse for everyone else, shouldn't be an excuse for Arsenal, because at the end of the day, everyone has injuries.
And remind me, TJ, how much money has he spent while he's been there?
Yeah, exactly.
800 million.
So 800 million, two players shouldn't affect you so much.
Yeah,
injuries shouldn't affect you heavily. Not to you, to Eleanor. I'm saying to anyone saying this.
When Arsenal fans talk shit on Poch, and I'm like, you've spent 800 million, but we weren't allowed to have injuries and use them as an excuse when Kane was out for how many months? We were still balling. Like, I'm not saying we were winning the games, but I'm saying people say, "Oh, you're a one-man team," blah blah. We didn't have the checkbook Arteta and Arsenal have been given, and that's a fact. So and at the end of the day, manager's job is to teach them their discipline. That is part of their job. If they're getting this many red cards this early in the season, there is one person to blame, and that is Arteta.
No, I agree with that, but what I'm saying is, I don't think it's over for Arsenal
It's not an
yet.
excuse, because discipline.
What's not over? What's not
I
over?
still think they can get themselves back in the race.
Can they win the league title?
I think they I don't know if it's my fear talking, but I think they could.
Exactly, Ryan. The fact that you are stalling on it, goes to show that you don't believe they can win the league title. What are we talking about?
Okay, and obviously, but Ryan, boo.
So why can't City get better with injuries? And they've had more injuries. So why don't they get the injuries excuse? Why don't they
literally lost their Ballon d'Or winner?
Why don't they get the injuries excuse?
Yeah, because of these idiots. Sorry, I'm very angry.
Bear in mind that I think their first free choice centre backs have all been missing at some point.
Oh yeah, City it's more of an excuse for City because they've had more injuries.
Again, there ain't even no excuse. Deliver, because injuries happen.
Can I speak on the Chelsea game?
Yeah, go on, Prime. Hey, you know what? If you're as good as you say you are, deliver. I ain't hearing no excuses. How much has City spent? How much of Arsenal? 800 million, and we're talking two players. Bear in mind when they drew to Brighton, I just checked it. They had their full team.
They lost to Brighton.
Nobody was injured. The Brighton game. No, they drew to Brighton.
It was only the red card that happened.
So who's the red card for?
No.
No.
The red card is on Arsenal because it's not just one red card.
And for those that don't know, you know how we'll talk about like teams offensively and quality and talk about them defensively. You know what also ties into that? Great discipline.
Yep.
No team that's IQ. Exactly. Don't kick the ball away when you're on a booking.
I want to share a little bit of a stat. We had 3 red cards in our first 8 games. We had 3 red cards all season last season.
There you go.
It's the funny part because I called out that
the dark arts thing is real, because at the end of the day, this is almost tactically now. You're very, very, very undisciplined now because you're playing this, defensive football. You're trying to be these monsters or whatever. And this is on Arteta changing it like this to the point where you have no discipline. This is on Arteta. Jez, go.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll keep cutting.
Nah, the funny part about the discipline thing is I actually told Flores like months ago actually about Arsenal have a discipline issue, and a lot of people just don't mention it. Like, and obviously no people trying to mention it because of the red cards and what's been happening and giving away silly yellows and shit like that. But it's been there, like it's been there even last season to be honest. Like it wasn't as bad because now you've been picking up these red cards and yellow cards. But I've been seeing that from last season, to be honest. Now it's just obvious, and I feel like a lot of time with Arsenal this season has been that it's just the feeling of feeling sorry for themselves. It feels like it's like please cuddle us or some shit.
I don't like this whole refs have a conspiracy against Arsenal. Now,
but again, that ties, Eleanor, that ties into what Ryan's saying is why I push back is the excuses, whether it's the refs, the red cards. No, you said the injuries, Ryan, and it's the same difference. Injuries is no excuse for Arsenal not to beat Bournemouth.
What I'm saying is...
it's not, because they're a better side. What are we talking about?
The ref thing is something that annoys me because while, yes, you might have been getting the harsh end of the stick, I don't deny that the kicking the ball away and stuff is like harsh because we've seen other teams that don't get the bookings fine. But at the end of the day, it is in the rules and just follow the fucking rules at this point, especially if you've been...
Say that again, please, Eleanor, for the people louder in the back about the rules. Please say that for people in the back.
Fucking rules. Now, at the end of the day, especially if you've been called out a lot by not... Especially if you're not... you're getting called out by not following the rules.
Sorry, I had to do that, sorry.
If you're getting caught out by not following the rules, then you've got to be better at following them. While I understand you can sit there and say, oh, but this team didn't get it. But you did. So follow them better. And you're not learning from your mistake. Okay, I'm not saying every game, but a lot of the times you haven't learned from your mistakes and you're doing it again and again. Like that's a problem. That's something that needs to be coached into them to stop doing. And they keep doing it. That is a problem, and that's on them. End of the day, like I said, follow the rules. And in terms of, like you're saying, with, they got a better team than Bournemouth. They do have a better team than Bournemouth, and they should be beating them. Hence why I said earlier, beating the bigger teams shouldn't be the benchmark. It's beating the teams that you're better than.
I agree with that. That's more
basis.
important. I agree with
that. That's
yeah.
why I get annoyed when we lose like today or Palace, for example, whatever, because you can go out and put that performance against a big club, but the minute it comes to a small club, you're not performing. And I think Bournemouth in that Arsenal game is a massive example of why they haven't won the title. It's because they perform better in the bigger games than they do the smaller teams, and that's what differentiates a City winning the title in the last 2 seasons rather than Arsenal, and at this point it's Slot and Liverpool.
But because can I ask TJ a question? Because I have kind of I don't really know what to think about it. It's like when some Arsenal fans are saying that they still think they're in it because they're, I think, only 4 points behind City. What do you think about that? Because I kind of understand where they're coming from. I'm not saying I fully agree with it, but I understand where they're coming from about it.
We're not. Here's the thing: is we're not chasing City. We're chasing whoever's at the top.
Yeah, but
we're not chasing
what
City.
he's saying is that you'd be more confident of chasing Liverpool than you would be of chasing City.
My whole thing is I think, and I've been saying this to Vader for the last month, is that City without Rodri, City are not the same City. It's Rodri. They're looking more and more like Rodri FC with every passing week. And look, and here's the thing, is we're not chasing City. Yeah. Historically, we've been chasing City the last 2-3 seasons. Absolutely, 100% has been the case. But this season, we're chasing Arne Slot's Liverpool. We're chasing whoever's in first at the time. That's who we are because the goal. Yes, we are. Thanks for the reminder. We are literally trying to get the big trophy with the trophy with the big crown on it. That's what we're chasing. I'm not chasing Pep Guardiola. I'm not. Yeah.
That's what I like about you, TJ, is that you don't put like City bleed people. I'm tired of this
City
shit.
are still favourites in my opinion.
No, I agree with you, Ryan. They are still. I agree with you in regards to. I still think they'll do it. However, the point I'm making is I don't like this whole like City can't be touched. They bleed. They can lose matches.
I agree with that part.
Can I explain why I'm scared of Arsenal? Because
it lives in your North London fear, but we'll let you land. This is a safe space.
I don't want to wake up at the end of the season and have North
Yeah. Brian, we're gonna get to it. Don't worry, man. We'll get to it. Yeah. I got you, fam. Don't worry about it. We got time.
I don't want to wake up at the beginning of at the end of the season and North London be red. So my worry is that Slot doesn't win it because it's his first season, and City fall off because they ain't got Rodri and whoever else. And at the end of the day, I'm worried that Arsenal are going to be the next team. I don't see Chelsea being the team to win it. I don't.
That's why I still see Arsenal have a chance.
So I do think Arsenal are in the title. But you have to understand that I'm a Tottenham fan and it's my fear talking.
Eleanor, you just answered your own question with that last sentence.
No, but it's true. I understand that it sounds fucking ridiculous. I do understand that.
You are saying yourself that what you have said sounds fucking ridiculous. So you know this.
Ridiculous, but you have to remember, I'm a scared Tottenham fan.
That's why we don't. That's why we wouldn't butcher you for that, because you are a scared Spurs fan. So we get it. I understand
it's my fear talking.
Yeah, we get it.
I still get worried. Like yesterday, I was fuming when City didn't beat Brighton. I don't know why I care so much. I'm sitting there shouting at the TV.
Elena, can I give you some comfort? Can I give you some comfort? And I don't like doing this because it's gonna make Flawless's day. Just go and look at our fixtures from now to the end of the year. We are facing a pissed off Nottingham Forest right off the international break. We're facing Ruben Amorim. We got Ruben Amorim's Man United, which I am not looking forward to, by the way. He absolutely could. They look way better under Rude. They're going to look way better under Amorim. And then we play away at Sporting, which I don't care who's in charge. Anytime we leave England, it's peak.
I'm not worried about the Champions League. I actually am not. Like I never have been, but
Forest at home, that will be a tough game. That's right. West Ham away, if they still got Lopetegui, it is. I don't say that with confidence. You would have said that. The craziest part is the Forest game. That'll be tough. West Ham, I think you beat. Forest, I think you win, but that'll be a tough game. And what happens if you get a red card or a couple injuries? You know, United, we don't. Yeah. With United, we don't know what United are going to look like. Honestly,
Arsenal
Fulham have slipped up. Hey Ryan, why you say all this with confidence like it's not on record what you said about Arsenal last season and the season before? Special team. Why don't you respect them more? This guy's saying shit with confidence. You know what happened to that?
It's good. Hey, this is going to be a draw. That United.
What happened to that? How are you a special side and have done nothing special? Please explain that to me.
I agree with you, Jez. Unfortunately,
how are you a special side and explain? But surely you got. But you want. Never mind. All right, cool. Let me continue.
Let it go.
Never. All right, sure. I'm saying a special side. Yeah. Fulham, Everton at home. Yeah, you would expect them to win. Palace are awful as well. Ipswich as well. You expect them to win. And then obviously New Year as well, Brentford, Brighton, etc.
No, I'm just saying now through the end of the year, there are games that are not easy. I mean, like we're not going to win out. We're not going to win out. So
you've got Tottenham at home. We've got us at home. You'll beat us.
Nah, we're going to do the business.
All I'm saying is, Elena.
You don't know about Flawless, man. He's on our side, man.
She's not been here. She's not been here for a minute. It's cool. We're going, TJ.
No fine.
Hey, Fats, don't stop. I'll drop the screenshot.
We got
tape. You better fix your face, fam. Yeah, you better fix your face. Yeah, joke, man. Yeah, yes, you. There's only one Fats here. Yeah, joke, man.
Oh my god. Anyway, Elena, don't worry about it because we dropped points to small-sided teams. So that's all I'm gonna say. Until I see our form pickup, I'm going to keep this vibe. Because it's not promising.
I do get that.
You did come back in the second half of the season last year and got back into it.
Oh my god! Oh, let's not do this.
And what did it get? What did it get them?
And what did they win? And what did they win, Ryan? What did they win?
Nothing.
What did they win?
At the end of the season.
What did they win?
Hey, congratulations, man! You got back into it.
So they get back into it, and you don't believe that they're gonna win it.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. You know what I just clocked? I just clocked that Ryan's a bigger Arsenal fan than I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I
definitely. I've never heard anything.
Because you know what's crazy, TJ? I have this debate on other people's platforms, but with other Arsenal fans, I get it to an extent. It's that hoping by a Liverpool fan saying, oh, they'll get themselves back. Great, they'll get themselves back into it. You don't believe they'll win. I don't believe they'll win. Nobody outside of the Arsenal fan base is. Cool. Will they win?
Okay, cool. Okay, but win it though. Like, okay, finish.
Will they win? There we go. So
okay,
you don't think they'll win. So what's the debate?
Like, okay, then, good. Like, it doesn't matter.
So what's the debate? You think it's minimal? You think it's 10%, 5%, 7.5%, 16.1%, whatever the percentage. All right, 15% then.
15. All right.
Again, I'll go back to the surgery analogy. I'll go back to the surgery analogy. If there was an 85% chance that the surgery was going to be a fail, would you take the surgery? Fuck no. So what are we talking about?
I live my life with risk, so I take it.
I think Jez also has the fear. Jez also has the fear. You have to allow Jez. He has the fear.
Fear don't live around here. You know what I'm saying? Fear hide.
Every time. Fear lives in me for the last
Eleanor, why does fear live in you and you haven't seen him lift a major trophy in 20 years?
You don't understand the stress I've been going under for the last 2 years.
But it's 20 years.
Fucking stressful.
I've told you this. Listen to me. I said over the past 2 years they wouldn't win the league title. It's been 20 years and it'll be 21 years.
How much in the past 2 years have I messaged you fucking shitting myself?
That is very much true. But you take on board what I'm saying. You got this. It's calm.
I remember you saying this last year and I was like, I'm so scared that I was on the phone to you and you said to me, don't worry, you're fine. And I'm like, no, but I'm scared.
You see me? It might be a thing. It might be a thing because I don't live in North London yet. But bro, you see me? I feel like Debo and Friday in my bike, bro. Just riding along, bro. As the season goes on, I'm like, yo, I'm around. Like, I'm in the area. I'm around, and I'm just out here with my white tee.
You can come over, stay with me for like a week, and you'll see all my friends and everyone that's an Arsenal fan, and you live in fear.
Nah, we won't. We'll just
I built them.
Elena, all you need to know is we'll do the double over you this season. And we will win nothing.
As long as you win
that's
nothing,
all you need to worry about.
I can go with that. I can't enjoy my summer. If you win the league, I can't enjoy
you just said there a lot of your friends are Arsenal fans, right? You just trolled him, and you're Greek as well. Tell him, hey, I'm the closest you'll ever get to a European trophy, mate, and then just keep it stepping.
Yes, sir.
It's
facts. There you go.
But it's honestly, I have like 3 weddings in the summer, and they're all Arsenal fans, yeah. And last year I had 2, and I remember saying in the Spurs group
smart friends.
Jez might remember this. I remember saying, I want to lose that City game because I cannot enjoy my summer. I've got to go and have all these people talk shit to. I swear to God, I can't think of anything worse. Like, on my life, my fear, it takes over. Like, I'm genuinely all last season and the past 2 seasons, I've been a City fan. Yes, cool, I've been a Tottenham fan, but I've been a City fan. It's actually fucking stressful. All the time I'm watching City games and then I'm getting scared. They're scoring against Fulham and I'm celebrating like it's a Tottenham goal. When it was against us, I celebrated Haaland's penalty. Like, we had won the league.
What about when Son went through on that 1-on-1?
No, you don't actually understand. I have a picture of my dad at half time, yeah, head in hands, it's 0-0. Head in hands, saying I actually think we're gonna win. Imagine being scared you're gonna win a game. Like, my dad was literally in disarray, and I was like, I know, I'm actually shitting myself. And then full time, my dad's clapping him off. We actually could have gone to the game, and we didn't because we actively wanted to lose.
No, that's fair. I respect that.
I can't go to the ground and want my team to lose in it because I genuinely, that's just wrong. But in my house, in the comfort of my own home, I was shouting at the team, Son, don't you fucking dare! Don't you dare! Don't you!
Yo, the London accent's hilarious. Don't you fucking dare, mate.
Don't you fucking dare.
Yo, the London accent is great for Kessie. It's fantastic for Kessie.
We were clapping City off in our own ground. Honestly, I was having a party that night. And that's how I was scared. People tell me, oh, you should have wanted top 4. No. Because look at us in the fucking Europa. And then getting beaten by Galatasaray. Tell me we want to be in Champions League. No. I just don't want to see Arsenal win the league at my ground twice because that would have been handing you it. I don't want to gift you something that you couldn't do yourselves. At least you did it when you won the league at our ground. You did it yourselves. This time I would be saying, here's a present. Enjoy your summer. No. I actually couldn't. You don't understand when honestly when West Ham scored against City. I'm pretty sure they scored against City, right? I was shitting myself
Yeah, the
last game
Kudos
of the
goal.
season. I was shitting myself. You don't understand. I was watching it with an Arsenal fan, and he was going mental. And they were 1-0 down to Everton at the time, and he was going mental that City have conceded. And I was like, honestly, I wanted to cry. I actually tears may have came out, but I hid them. Like, you don't understand. The fear lives in me every
man. There's
day.
nothing worse than your rivals. I hear that. Before we continue, hey, you lot, still over 100 people in the building. We ain't even at 100 likes. Get out to 100 likes. I'm going to add TJ's link into the title. Actually, it's underneath. It's in the title. I'm going to add it in a second, people. Why am I? I don't know where he's at. That's why I said the man I'm not about. But run up the likes. Get up to 100 likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. We're going to switch lanes from here. Go back to the Chelsea-Arsenal game. Prime, floor's yours, man. Thoughts on the game.
Quickly, after that, can we ask Jez about our game?
Yeah, of course. We're going to get to it.
With Jez.
Oh, yeah, that's why I pulled up here.
The Q&A continues. Yes, Warrior J. The Q&A continues. Go on, Prime. I don't even know if he's there.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know why you guys indulged. I don't know why you guys indulged Ryan for so long, man. It's annoying.
You know why? You know why? Content purposes, fam. That's why.
It's not. It's not for content purposes.
Look at the chat.
I'm refusing to get gaslighted over by people over my team, man.
All right, see, and you starting this back now, Prime. Go on, get to it, man. Jesus Christ, man. Chelsea versus Arsenal, please. Thank you.
It helps boost my ego, that's why.
Yeah, I don't care about your ego, Jess. Anyways.
Can you get to it, please? Thank you.
Chelsea's big game record is absolutely awful, man. The past, 3 seasons or so, 4 seasons is absolutely awful. Yeah, I think a draw is a fair result, to be fair. But Arsenal put the ball in the back of the net 3 times, and as much as those 2 offside decisions were correct, it was quite, marginal. And on a different day, it might have been given, because we know how refs are with this VAR stuff. So I don't know. We can't keep playing well in these big games and not getting anything from it. We have to eventually start winning. I think Gusto was decent defensively. Cucurella, man of the match from a Chelsea perspective, in my opinion. Palmer, again, missing. Jackson, I don't have that much criticism for him.
Hey, before you carry on, hey, TJ, big up, man. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I got to bounce. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, good.
Sorry to interrupt, Prime. I got a text. I'm gonna be in Vegas starting on Thursday, so I'll be off the grid, baby.
Their life is so much better than ours.
But I'll be I'll be on Staffy TV tomorrow night, and then I'll probably go live for a stream on Wednesday night. But yeah, big up fall. No, I'll be here Wednesday night. What am I talking about?
Wednesday night. I'll be here Wednesday night. Catch you Wednesday, 100%.
Yeah, so I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Big up the panel every single time. If you guys are in the chat, you haven't subscribed to TJ Warren TV, I appreciate your
links underneath in the description.
Anyway.
I mean, it's in the title, people. TJ Warren TV.
Nice
go subscribe.
Do a stream with you finally, because I haven't.
100%, Elena. The feeling is very, very mutual. Unfortunately, it's not mutual for Ryan, but it's a day that ends in Y.
Mute that guy real quick as well. Mute Ryan.
Yeah, no, we all feel that way. Go on, Prime. Carry on.
As a villain on here. I don't get why, man.
What? Wait. Hold up. Have you only just figured that out?
Mute Ryan, fam.
You only just figured that out. It's like me looking. It's like me looking in the mirror, realizing I'm black. Go on, Prime. As you were. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
No ball.
Yeah, he does. Prime, go on, carry on. As you were saying, Chelsea's poor record, Palmer ghosting, and etc.
Oh yeah. But I was really interrupted by Ryan. Yeah, this is the 3rd big game on the bounce now that Palmer's been absolutely missing, and that is a problem. So either Maresca has to try and find a solution, or if you want to give Palmer a bit more freedom, play him out on the wing. I think Cole and Fofana, I think they're all right, to be fair. Sanchez, again, Sanchez being Sanchez, how are you not covering your near post as a goalkeeper? It's beyond me, but whatever.
How'd it be?
I think with Arsenal, I don't know. I think, okay, what I'm about to say is addressed to the Arsenal fans that defend Arteta. and have been defending him for the last 4 or 5 years.
About it. Big up Beijing Reds, man.
I don't understand why some of them are starting to turn it now. Because yes, you're going through a poor run of form, but it's international break now. Players come back from injury. You guys will go on another run of games. You'll switch back to being Arteta in, and you'll challenge.
You'll do what?
You won't win the league, but you'll be quote in the title race, whatever that actually means now. I don't know. And the same cycle will just continue because you had a poor start last year and people didn't switch. So why is it different now? Why your standards haven't changed in the last few months? It has. Let's just be real. You're only switching because, it's the popular thing to do. But if you guys had
you said it there, Prime. You said it there.
Exactly.
But you just said the last part.
I know, but I see through it. Like,
because
if they had beaten Chelsea,
yes, it's true. It's true.
If they had beaten Chelsea, everyone.
Oh, hail King Arteta.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. That's also another point that I wish I said earlier.
Can I finish?
You're all saying it now, but the minute you win a game, you're 100%. You're 100%. It's the flavour of the month at the moment to be Arteta out. Because if you're not,
Nigerians don't have freedom on here, man. Respect
but you all fucking love him. Let's stop acting like this. But this is my point. This is my point on the standards. You're all acting like your standards are so much higher, but it's not.
Eleanor, can I finish?
Yeah, but I'm agreeing with you.
I know. Thank you.
No, she wasn't that flow, man.
Shut up, Jess. But yeah, I don't get the whole switching and flip-flopping because Arteta is the same guy he was when the season started. He's the same manager. You have the same squad. Yes, you have injuries, which is why I'm not that critical of Arsenal because this, when the season started, and I said to Steve that they'll beat Villa, they'll draw against Spurs.
Before you carry on, hey Eleanor, bless up, love you every single time. Blessings.
They'll get 7 points from those 3 big away games. And Steve was looking at me like I was crazy. And I was like, this is what Arsenal are, though. They'll win the big games when it doesn't matter at the start of the season. But in the run-in, things will start to crumble. Now, to be fair, Arsenal have started to crumble a lot earlier than I thought they would. But I still think in terms of being in a title race, quote unquote, I still think they'll be fine. They'll start winning games again. Or they'll go to Dubai.
They'll start doing what?
They'll start winning games and whatever.
Bless up, Fats. Bless up.
Yeah, it makes sense he's leaving when another leaves. They'll go to Dubai and whatever.
I'm glad you said that.
Again, I want people to listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying they'll win the league, but in terms of this fake title race they've been doing for 3 years, they're still in it. They're not it's not over. It's not over. They're still in it. If Arsenal have it, if what Arsenal are doing is actually real, and they actually have a quality squad, and they actually have this generational manager, Arsenal fans who have backed Arteta for 3 years to switch now, to me, does not make sense. If I truly trusted my manager and trusted my squad, a few games of poor results wouldn't change my mind of going for a title. That's stupid. It's so stupid to me. But again, it just shows me that you guys were either lying to me about Arteta, you're lying to me about the squad, you're lying to yourselves. Whatever, it is what it is. I know what I see, but with Chelsea, we have to start winning big games now. We have to really start winning big games. Maresca also, his substitutions have been his timing.
It's been bad.
Poor, very very poor. You're waiting too long to bring on Cuckoo. Madueke has to be dropped now. He cannot play another game in the first team. Neto had a good game. He should be starting. Whatever's going on with Sancho, this illness, I don't know, but
tonsillitis.
And I figured it would be that. But if that's the case, then just play Mudryk on the left. I don't want to see Madueke anymore. Or play Palmer out on the right, and then playing Cuckoo in the 10 and let him just be a box crasher for goals. Because as much as I don't like rating Cuckoo like everyone else does, I do understand he is a goal scorer. Felix should not be anywhere near my team. He should be sold as quickly as we can get rid of him. I say don't Lavia, best pivot in the league. I don't know. That's about it, really.
Okay. Let me explain.
Your thoughts on the game.
One, it's just because I don't have my phone is the reason why I don't have my signature image here of Arsenal being a complete bottle jobs.
Also,
Kaneki,
Kaneki, before you go, before you go, bro, I have a question. You said last night you were talking about Maguire and how many points he's cost Man United.
Yeah.
Is that a website? Did you find that on a website?
No, that's me going over and rewatching every single Man United game for the last 5 years that he's played.
Because I thought there was a website where you can calculate how many points a player has.
There's no website. The websites that were around that would do that, they take them down because it's spreading negativity.
Because I wanted to do it for certain Chelsea players. So, but thank you. Never mind. Continue, bro. Continue.
Yeah, but no. So, what I want to bring up is the absolute failure that is Arsenal. So, you guys were leading against Manchester City. You drew. You were leading against Liverpool. You choked. And today you were leading against Chelsea. And you failed. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. When are you going to understand that you can't win the league playing 5 centre-backs? Declan Rice the whole of today. So you have a centre-back taking your corners, a centre-back is taking and a centre-back taking your set pieces. Why? You have Saka that's proven that he can take corners, and Saka has proven that he can whip in across for set pieces. Why is Declan Rice on your corners and your free kicks? And then you're going to sit here and blame the ref when your incompetence is costing you. What has Jorginho done to not play a game? You know, today, if you had Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Odegaard, this game would be different. Or shit, don't even play Odegaard. Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Thomas Partey. Just a midfield to just completely bruise the Chelsea midfield because one, I'm tired of saying it, and I will always, and I'm never going to get tired of saying it. Maresca needs to stop playing a 10 when he plays against big team. It don't work. You don't have the facility for that. All right? You don't have the facility for that. Stop playing Cole Palmer in a 10. Stop playing Cole Palmer in the 10 against big teams. I'm sorry. Has anybody else realized that when you play a 4-2-3-1 against big teams, the person that plays in the middle always struggles? Am I the only one that sees this?
Bro, I was going to ask that question in regards to when's the last time a number 10 in one of these big games in the Premier League ran the show, but not many teams play 10s now outside of them.
Bro, what Palmer, right? Against Liverpool, he got man-marked by Curtis Jones. Against Man United, all you guys had to do was make sure Ugarte and Casemiro were central, and Ugarte would pressure Palmer whenever he would get the ball. Against Arsenal yesterday or today, all Partey had to be was in Palmer's zone, and just Palmer's
just literally shadow him, cut off the passing lanes to Palmer. The last 10, I could probably think that.
The thing with Palmer is he's also so lackadaisical, and I understand that's his play style. That's fine, but certain times when we need you to stand up, he's not doing anything, and that makes the rest of our attack not do anything either because none of them have the quality he has, and it makes us look so stale. So I agree, play him out on the right on the right wing, which gives Palmer more freedom to drift inside and have Gusto overlap him. Because something Maresca's also been doing, he didn't do it today, but he did it against Liverpool and against Man United, playing Gusto in this weird 10 role, and Gusto's having all this creative freedom and not doing anything with it. Against Man United, all the chances Gusto could have had, if he had a bit of creative ability, Chelsea could have been 1-0 up, and that could have been a different game. You're given that sort of, I don't know. It's just, again, it's been 10 games. I said I'll give Maresca 10 games. I'm seeing quite a few question marks on him, but again, we'll see how it all pans out. I knew it was going to be a rocky season anyway, so I'm not angry about anything, but it's just there's a little question marks and concerns.
No, that's fair.
Also, his big game record as a manager, I know he's only been managing for a season, but his big game record stinks as well. Leicester was not good.
When you say Leicester, what was the cluster? You talking about the teams around them?
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah, like
I was just making sure.
Yeah,
like the Leeds
I was
and
just making
that.
sure. Obviously,
but again, like I'm not like angry or using my head or anything. Like considering how bad we've been the last 3-4 games, Chelsea are third. Like if we had won, we'd be 2 points away from City. I think how crazy that is. That shows how. And right now, Man United, I think, are 2 or 3 points away from us. You know how bad this league is, guys.
Yeah, because we're on 15 points. You're on 19. So yeah,
like somebody said it. I think it's 9 points between third and 13th.
You know what, fam? Yeah, it's 4 points.
4 points. Oh shit!
It's 4 points from third to 13th. It's 4 points, which is Chelsea to United.
Flawless. Do you know how position is all about the perception? Because we're third.
I keep talking about it.
Chelsea fans are not like angry about this result because we're third. But if we were 8th or 7th, they'd be crying. Just like I think the Liverpool game when we lost, Chelsea fans were crying because I think at that point, points-wise, we were 6th. But we actually played well against Liverpool. Now, Chelsea fans are happy because we're third, but arguably it was roughly the same performance. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we have Spurs as our next big game. We have to beat Spurs because
I think you will though.
I know we will.
Historically, we don't do it.
I know we will, but like, because Andrew gave us that high line, so we'll exploit it.
I don't even know.
This
because the thing is,
as I was saying,
historically we just don't do that, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Kaneki, bro.
I was saying before my phone, before my phone, you know, I really don't like this phone. I really hope my phone is fixed. Anyway, what I was saying about it was with the Arsenal is one. What pissed me off the most today with it was one. You see my dude you have on the wing, dog. I don't need to see him play any more game this season.
Oh, you talking about Madueke?
Madueke.
Oh, Mado Pepper. I keep saying that, man.
Nonzino.
Ruby Rose Enjoyer.
God, hey, you're on camera.
Hey, not my face though. Connect you there. You're close. I think Kaneki.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
I think he's having some issues.
Wi-Fi. Crazy.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
No, we can. Yeah.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You can't hear us, I don't think. Yo, jump out and jump back in, Kaneki. Let me message him.
Ruby Rose Enjoyer is crazy.
I mess him. Yeah, that is mad. But yeah, you lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV as well. He's about to do it. Get your questions in because we'll answer some for the last half an hour before we go to the United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition. I have no idea total eclipse, but shout out to Lex. I'm not sure. But where was we at? Jez, you didn't give your full thoughts.
No. We were talking about Arsenal thing and then the Chelsea game. Nah, bro. I watched the game and I rewatched the game because obviously I thought emotions get to me. That's why I wasn't here, by the way. Chat. I wasn't hiding or some shit. I was actually watching the game, but so yeah.
There's nobody, bro. Don't lie.
Hey, chill, man. What did we talk about before the stream, man? But anyways,
AEIOU sometimes why is can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So
Kaneki go.
Go on, Jez. You go, and then we'll let Kaneki go. Go on, Jez. Go on.
Yeah, okay. We go back to the Arsenal game in the second. Kaneki. Upload asked me about the Spurs thing real quick. Paul, frustrating for so many reasons. Obviously, one midweek. We didn't play the strongest lineup versus Galatasaray, so you definitely look at that and say, okay, the old focus is on Ipswich, which I even agreed with because midweek I didn't care about that result because I needed 3 points today. And it's not even necessarily because today's result will have put us ahead of Chelsea. That's how crazy this table is right now. And if we would have won our game. So that was one of the reasons that we just needed 3 points because everybody's so close to each other. It's important to get the most points possible. So Ipswich probably alluded to it. Ipswich and Palace are 2 games where you look at it and say these last few weeks where it's unacceptable really to drop these points, because as much as we have our faults, you have to go and get 3 points against those two. Like, we handed literally 2 teams that were winless all season their first wins.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And bro, no, that's not even Spursy. That's just Dr. Tottenham. That's literally right there. But where my frustrations was today is, and I actually took down notes actually because I had to just go and make sure I literally remember. And one of my key things, which goes back all the way to recruitment, and why I have negative thoughts about Ant in terms of the recruitment part of things, is because, again, it was so bad. The wingers today were so bad, where I don't think we took on a single winger and fullback until the 60th minute, and it was Werner who came on, who took the. So for anybody who says Ant doesn't tell his wingers to go and take on this fullback, no, it's not. Our wingers legit refused today to take on the man.
Who was it? Johnson and who? Who was the other one?
Johnson and Son. Jesus. Refused to and for me, it's shout out to Ipswich. Obviously, shout out for them getting the 3 points. But it wasn't even a thing where Palace outclassed us. Like, Palace wasn't outclassed thing. Ipswich for me felt smash and grab. Like, they got their 2 goals again poorly, especially for the second goal. Because there's a sequence of things that's going on. Bentancur lets Omari Hutchinson bully him and can't win the tackle. Romero is trying to half-heartedly press when the line gets completely disorganized from that alone. He has no to drag back. And then Dragusin can't just clear the ball from that position. I'm sorry, you have to clear the ball from that position, because we're not 1-0 down, but at least with 1-0 down, you can look at it and say, yeah, we can make a comeback. But 2-0 down, you're making it a lot harder than all of the sudden. And for the first goal, lazy. Like, son, you have to go and truck the guy who's he gets a chance to put a free cross in. And Boss Romero unlucky that the ball literally bounced off the laps back, and then it went into Schmodix, who then put the glitter overhead kick, which I said, ironically, the players who are going to be most dangerous for Ipswich today were Delap, Smodix, and Davis, and all 3 of them were involved for their goals.
Hey, big up Smodix, bro, my Irish brother.
He's good. Like,
somebody said that in the chat, actually. I think it was Scoops who was like, he'll be proud.
Yeah, I watched him in the Championship last season. Good player. And he played also well. He played well again. Nah, he showed up. Kulusevski. Madison wasn't playing. I mean, even when Madison came on, he got showed up too. But now going back to what I was saying, but even that with but other than those 2 goals, we dealt with them quite well. Like, defensively, ironically, I don't think was necessarily the issue. It's just comical of how the 2 goals happened. But defensively, I don't think we were bad. My biggest issue was how we were approaching the game going forward. Like, Ipswich were comfortable when the 2 wingers are refusing to take on their man. Refusing. And then you had Udogie, who actually had a good game, but going forward, my lord, Udogie, what was going on today? Every time when he had a chance to take the outside, he passes it back. Like, and for me, we can say tactical standpoint, and maybe in my opinion, what I should do is a coach the player sometimes to take on the man. But shouldn't the common sense as a player be, when you have an opportunity, it's a 1v1, there's not even a double. Take on the man. Put some pressure on the backline. And it was the same thing. Poro today. At least Udogie was doing defensively well. Poro today, I don't know what he was on. Like, good assist to
Elena mentioned he was just crossing to the keeper constantly.
Kept crossing. Like, can you just retain the ball for a second? Again, decision making from the players. But I feel like it was poor all around. I think the only 2 players I give credit today were Solanke and Sa. The only 2 players that I would give credit, because if we would have won today, we would have been talking about how Solanke and how Papa Matasar had a masterclass today. They were on it today. They were on it. Obviously, Solanke unlucky to not score at the end to equalize the game. But I'll be so honest. Even if we would have equalized, I wouldn't have given a fuck. Because what the fuck is a point versus Ipswich, bro? At home. Like I'm sorry, I just can't. I wouldn't have been more happier because we got a point all of a sudden. What's the difference?
Yeah.
You drop the points anyways, and for me, this is probably the consistent thing. My issue with the season where we've been dropping lazy points, lazy points, and I feel like we're talking about mentality and we're talking about discipline. I feel like this and how it goes back to the manager. There's something where I do criticize the manager, and I feel like you have to install like the concentration throughout the game. I saw Bentancur today, no pressure, first, no pressure. Receive a ball from Udogie, and the ball ends up on the opposition and put us under pressure again. I'm like, bro, what is going on? What is going on? Like, I expect that from Werner. Talk about Werner actually.
Yeah.
Werner came on literally a minute after. Udogie again. Udogie again. Pass us in the ball.
One sec. Hold that. Just hold that thought. Hey, big up Lee Gunner for the raid. Shout out to Gunner for the raid every single time. If you're joining over from the raid, run up the likes. Hit the like button as soon as you land. Please make sure you subscribe as well. We're discussing the Spurs Ipswich game. So if you're an Arsenal fan, you're gonna love that. And we will discuss the Chelsea Arsenal game before we close out. Alex, big up, man. I just hit you back as well. I just sent you the link. Go on, Jez, carry on. But again, big up LG for the raid every single time.
Big up Lee Gunner, man. But I'll go on to it. But when I came on for Sa, which is Sa got injured, then Werner had to come on. But Sa got injured by literally trying to carry the ball from our own half to the opposition half, taking on like 2-3 men, and then gets injured. What happens next? Werner comes on for him because he got injured. Udogie passes him the ball. His first touch. My lord, you see how Garnacho get abused for the first touch? Like, the first touch turned into can't control the pass, and then he tries to force the ball back because he knew he was going to lose the control. And the last bad control was the only reason why we didn't then get punished any more worse. Because, and this, again, it's an issue that I keep having with some of the players within the team, which ultimately I think I have criticized Ange for, is the recruitment of certain players. This summer, I don't have an issue with the signing that he has made, but I keep on about it. We need a right winger because I keep saying it. It doesn't matter how many times Johnson scores. Big up, Lex, bro. Big up. It doesn't matter how many times Johnson is on a scoring streak. My biggest issue remains is that what do you do in the 90 minutes? I'm somebody who, unless you're gonna go and give me GA every single game, and you're gonna go and do that, what do you do in the whole 90 minutes? And I feel like players like in this specific system where you want to play out wide and overload the wide areas, it's important that these wingers can actually do something by themselves. But some today, nothing. Johnson, I don't know what the fuck that was. That guy is lucky that we had so many injuries. The guy was so lucky that we had so many injuries because you could have made an argument he should have been subbed up after 30 minutes. This whole
injuries and you guys neglecting the transfer window. Don't forget that. Injuries and you man neglecting the transfer window.
No, what you say?
What did you say? Before you carry on. Hey, shout out to Judge Mo. I didn't even realize you raided. Let me know. Shout out to Judge Mo for the raid. Man.
Big up, man.
Big up to Judge Mo.
So many people.
I was saying it's not only injuries. You guys also neglected the transfer window.
Yeah, 100%. This is what I said just Kaneki, that I didn't mind the signings that we have made this summer. But my biggest issue, and the tapes are there. The tapes are there from the summer. I kept saying we needed 2 wingers on top of Werner because Werner, one, is not going to be good enough. Odegaard, as much as I like as a potential he can be, it's just a young G. I can't rely on a 19-year-old to go and be the hero. Hell no. And I keep saying we needed to get a right winger, and this is something that's letting us down yet again. Where we have Johnson, where we're relying on him. We're relying on Johnson to score goals. Because if he doesn't score goals, what does he really do? So everybody that debate me, Jess, why do you go for the Sri Lanka signing? Sri Lanka was the only reason why we had even a chance today, attacking today. Did everything today. Progressing the ball, creating chances, bringing the ball forward from the second third to the final third, creating chances even for his wingers, and they didn't do fuck all. Like, Son is giving up the stands hella gifts today, hella footballs. Take them home.
Word to Eddie, souvenirs.
Souvenirs, bro. Souvenirs all 90 minutes long. Like, it's a shame that we generally couldn't make subs earlier because either the wingers are out or we have Werner on the bench. And who the fuck wants to bring on Werner in general?
The fact that you even considered him a signing, Jez, that was the fact. Like, we have Werner, we need 2 more signings. No, you needed 3 more signings. Werner don't.
No. The thing is, realistically, I knew we're not gonna get 3. By bare minimum, give me 2 because Werner, in my eyes, is not a signing. In my eyes, he's definitely not a signing.
He's a liability. Everywhere he goes, he's a liability.
He's a liability, and it goes back to just the negligence in the summer that we made that even happen. The fact that we made that happen in the summer. Yeah. Sorry. That's just English second language tax. My bad. But
second language hype.
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to speak English, man. But now, like, honestly, I'm trying. I'm trying to speak the language, man.
I can't say anything. I speak 8 languages. Sometimes I confuse myself what language I think in.
Hey, I actually respect that. Man said 8 languages. I respect that. But
speaks nobody. It's crazy, Joe.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Literally. But I'll be honest. Again, overall though, bad result. How much? I'll be honest. I put more blame on the players because I feel like today decision making from a lot of players and just not players stepping up from an individual standpoint, because I know a lot of them could have done a lot better than they did today, or not yesterday. No, technically
disappointed me today. I'm gonna be honest. Kulusevski disappointed.
I feel about it. He was hiding today, and for me, if Tottenham wants to win football matches in this season, he has to be performing, and you can't be performing like this.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, he was.
I'm not saying you're wrong in saying that, Chess, because I didn't watch your game. I'm just saying to say that about a player is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Considering
1-0 down, fam.
What do you mean, like right?
This crazy as well.
Basically,
Rashford, but I don't expect that from Kulusevski.
No, because it's like one thing you will always get from Kulusevski, that you get and if he even plays bad, he will still try things regardless. Today, I think there were more times where I saw Sa in advanced areas than I saw Kulusevski. It got so bad where Kulusevski had to get pushed to the right wing again because he wasn't getting involved. He wasn't trying to be involved. Bentancur, he was alright. Some couple of bad moments. Like I said, Sa was the best midfielder on the day yesterday. Solanke was the best attacker by a mile. Like the Sofa score, put them up. They're not going to show the ratings. With my own 2 eyes, guy was carrying was the only reason why we maybe even got to the final third at times. And then again, the fullbacks did fuck all as well. Like ultimately, obviously, it goes down to the manager because you need to be able to coach your team when getting a W versus Ipswich at home. Come on, Ipswich at home, you gotta get a W. And I talk about opportunities, and Brian was talking about deception. Deception in football. A win would have put us third in the league, I think, right now. But no,
it would have kept you. It would have put you third. But it's the reason why I will always say it. Why I say I test, as you see the name, I test over stats.
Yes,
on Sofa score and FootMob, to put it into perspective, it said that Kulusevski played at a 6.5. What does that mean? Everyone always tells me, "Oh, this guy, he played on a 7. What's his name? Heung-min Son played on a 7 today."
Oh, he was not.
Heung-min Son was
7.
bad today.
He was not good, bro. Let me. Yes, see him here. I'm looking it up right now. Bentancur got an 8.2 because of his goal.
Exactly.
7.8 from Paul because he got an assist, but he was not good. Though he got a 7, I thought Dogi was good defensively, but going forward, he just got fuck all, bro. Like he just was not involved, doing nothing. 7.4 for Sa. I think that's fair. And by the way, that's with Sa with all the goal and assists. That's why I say, like, I watched with my 2 own eyes. Sa was really.
Sa was your best player on the pitch today. That's why I have no complaints. Sa was was your best player on the pitch today. But when I'm looking at it and I'm saying, what does these numbers mean, Jez? What does these numbers mean? Everyone tries to use these numbers to justify it to me. What does the numbers
like
mean?
Because even I'm looking at this right now in the Kaneki book. I'm seeing 6.8 for Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka was if he was a 6.8 today and Sun was a 7.2, alright man. Sun today?
Yeah.
Also giving out souvenirs. I don't know football because outside Sun giving souvenirs today, he didn't do anything today.
I don't even
and
know
this is what I say.
I legit don't even know what their metrics are.
It doesn't make sense.
Just last part on it, and
obviously, last point. Now obviously people are asking me, Jess, are you unsure? Do you have enough? And I'll be honest, I keep saying I'm still in this kind of like balanced view where I'm looking at from the perspective of if Ange can't get me to certain expectations that I have for this season based on the team, then we can have the conversation. Which for me is, I believe anywhere from 6th to 7th we can finish. I truly believe that, and I want to see a deep run in the Europa League, because I keep saying I watched Galatasaray on Thursday. They weren't good against us. Like they were good because obviously they had so many shots, they battered us. But that was with Fraser, Foster, Dragerson, and Ben Davies as the centre backs, and they still struggled to barely. Yeah, the scoreline was the score. No.
Brace, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't downplay it.
Hey, that guy should have scored more. It's actually surprising. It's surprising that bum couldn't score more. But we keep it stepping.
Okay,
but I really do look at this Europa League and say you can make a deep run, but things need to start clicking, in my opinion. And I'll be honest, I'm looking more at like I say it officially, Chapman. Title race is over. Spurs is not in it anymore. I'm taking the piss. We're focusing for top four only. Top four. That's it. Yeah, what is it?
For the people who are Anjao, what are your thoughts on them?
Like I said before, we had the conversation actually backstage not too long ago. There's things that I disagree with, and I have strong opinions about, but I don't necessarily like. The criticism isn't invalid. This is what I would say. There is criticism where I share the same thing. My biggest criticism being the way he approaches summer windows and certain players who come in. This summer it wasn't too bad in my opinion, but we clearly needed more. And this is one part of the reality. Like Sri Lanka for me is a good player. You obviously feel differently about it, Prime, but what was needed more, as we said before, like in Premier on the right wing over Johnson, with Sri Lanka on top of that, would have done so much more wonders for the attack. I feel like it would have done so much more. But now it's like you put in the reliance on Sun scoring goals and Sri Lanka, I don't know, turn it into Harry Kane this season for the season to go well. And this was always my problem going into the season. And obviously on the other thing that I agree with is the poor results. We can't keep dropping points against Ipswich and Palace and the way we battled against Brighton.
Do you think that's a system thing or personnel?
Both. I feel like both. I feel like yes, the personal can be better because like for today, if I'm telling you, if our wingers would have actually had the ability to take on a fullback, we probably win the game. But they couldn't. So this is where I blame the personal, for example. But then I feel like Ange today could have, for example, made a couple of changes. Like Kulusevski, like I said, was hiding. Might as well bring on Madison. Everybody knows my opinion about Madison. But this is me saying bring Madison on for Kulusevski. As well as Udogie was playing defensively. Offensively, he wasn't taking on his fullback when he had the opportunities to. You know, Jed Spence is an offensive fullback. Might as well, because Ipswich wasn't looking to go and attack us. They really didn't do much today, outside the 2 goals today. They really didn't do anything. So you might as well bring Jed Spence on. And I feel like one of the big issues that I have probably with Ange is that he is the over reliance on playing the wing play, trying to attack from the wide areas and getting the ball into the penalty box. But sometimes maybe try to unlock teams by playing through the middle. But is it because you don't believe necessarily in the players that we have in midfield to do it? Do you not believe that the team has it in them, or Sri Lanka can do it with the link up with Kulusevski and that? I don't know what it is, but we are very over relying on playing on the wide areas, and it's getting sometimes way too predictable. So I felt like maybe switch up a couple of things of how to approach the game, rather than letting Adogi sometimes overlap on, or poor overlap at times. So I feel like Ange could have definitely done that. But at the same time, as I mentioned, the person now, it needs to just get better. That's the reality of it. I don't think much will change with the manager if the personnel doesn't change. The only two attackers in our team that I really do rate is Solanke and Son. And Son is also in a downwards, how do you say, downwards
trajectory. You're right.
Spiral.
There we go. Spiral, yeah, pretty much. So it's a 50-50 claim for me personally.
That's fair. That's fair.
When
you continue to
will-
run up the
when will
likes,
you
Prime,
try?
1 second, I have to move on for this because we're going to close out shortly. Go
Alright,
on,
cool.
Kaneki, because I know your phone was playing up, and then we'll get to Lex as well. Chelsea, Arsenal, Kaneki.
Yeah, what I was saying about this was it was just so typical of those freaking North London Stoke. That's all you fuckers are. Oh, you guys needed a goal. Yeah, which centre back are you bringing on? Huh? 1-1. You need to change the game. Who you bringing on? Kirio. Oh, I know. You're going to bring on Shevchenko. You literally signed a bunch of centre backs that you didn't need. Now you're in the league struggling for goals. But hey, wait, they conceded today, so that means they can't break the Chelsea record anymore, right?
Well, they can't break it anyway, but no, they're on like 14 goals. I'll check it.
Okay, so this right here.
Yo, Bram, check the ends.
Yeah, when I told everybody that about Mikel Moreno, I was being told about his performance.
Arsenal have conceded 12 goals, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, when everyone was looking at me, telling me about Mikel Moreno, what I like when people try to tell me about players that they've never seen before in their life. He had a good Euros, yeah, and Umtiti had a good World Cup. Yeah? He won the Euros with Spain, and Nzonzi won the World Cup with France. Which big team did Nzonzi go to? I understand a player ain't good because of the country they play for. All right? I told all of you that Mikel Moreno was trash. He went to Newcastle and flopped. Went to Real Sociedad and was flopping as well. He was literally their third best midfielder. And you guys went and wasted money to sign him. Just for him to come to your team and look exactly how he did at Newcastle. Over 8 years ago. And everybody's now, Mikel Moreno is horrible. Really? Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought of that? The guy that couldn't make it in the Premier League before, when he was completely horrible, came back into the Premier League again, and he's now completely horrible. Nothing changed. Yeah, nothing changed. Okay? Let's be completely honest right here. And we're going to continue now. Chelsea, you guys are you guys are sick my stomach now. Stop this 4-2-3-1. Not this 4-2-3-1. Stop it. All right, stop it. Go to a 4-3-3 and just keep it to the basics, okay? Keep it to the basics. 4-3-3. You have Lavia, you have Caicedo. You just need to put someone else in your midfield. And Nkunku can play there because that's where he originally started off. I'm not on this whole Nkunku is a striker. He's not. He's a midfielder. He will always be a midfielder.
What do you think
he will never change from a midfielder. Playing
you think
him.
Kaneki, you think he's a 10?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was
yes.
asking.
Because one of the things that Nkunku has done when he was at RB Leipzig,
hey, Jez,
big up Jez, whenever he was at RB Leipzig and they were defending, he dropped into midfield. That's something that he always does.
Okay.
This guy is talking absolute nonsense. Hello, Louis Chris. He scored 1 goal. Yes, he has. Louis Chris. He's played 3 league games and he scored a goal.
He was woeful today. He was so bad.
And what else did Mikel Moreno do? He scored a goal and then cost you to concede against. Did he score his goal against Liverpool? Was it
Yeah,
in
we scored
Liverpool he
against
scored the goal against?
Yeah, it was Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he lost his man, which led to them conceding after. So please, Lewis, would you like to continue with this conversation?
He's not.
Would you like to
before you
continue
carry
with
on,
this?
though, Kedeki, Lex, your thoughts?
No, hold on.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Go on, Kedeki,
right,
you carry on,
so
and when Lex comes back, we'll get his thoughts.
your players that you signed are fucking failing. That's what's happening right now. You have nothing in your midfield to the point that you have to rush Odegaard back. You are under the impression that he lost his man and you conceded off of it. It was no 1v11 versus Mikel Moreno. He had one job after scoring and he failed and you conceded after. Ain't none of that, fam. Ain't none of that, fam. Yeah. You have to blame a single player. Like how I blame Declan Rice for not keeping an eye on Goretzka. Yeah?
Oh,
You never seen Goretzka at the back post? Never seen Goretzka at the back post? When one player does an error and it causes your team, it's their fault. It's their fault. You're in a defensive shape. You come out of your defensive shape because you're an idiot. The person that you're marking then run into the space that you're not in anymore. Led to the counter and you concede. Whose fault is that? Am I supposed to blame your centre back? No. That's in a situation he shouldn't have been in when you should have been there to protect them. You want to know what's the job of a DM?
To be fair, Moreno is also a centre back. So.
No,
been saying that.
You know what's crazy? He built like a centre back.
The job of the DM is to protect your back line. They're supposed to shield your back line. When one of them is going to wander off to Narnia, yeah, and now your defense is now exposed, and then they score. Who are you going to blame? You want me to blame Gabriel for the goal that he had no chance of stopping?
Moreno needed a DM to protect him.
Where was the DM that's supposed to be there to help him? Oh, that's right. The DM was over there wandering off, chasing butterflies. This is what you guys need to understand. I really love when you Arsenal fans try to act all, oh, why are you against our players? Your players are shit. Okay? Your players are shit. You have the Alibaba version of Dries Mertens. I don't know why he's still there. Yeah? You have a Bolivian on your wing, on your left wing that everyone is still protecting.
Wait,
God bless you.
Alibaba Dries Mertens.
That's Trossard.
Okay.
Dries Mertens is Belgian.
Yeah.
All right. Saka needs to do like Saliba. Spend 1 to 2 more years at Arsenal, dog, and leave. That's what Saka needs to do. You want to win trophies, dog, leave. Chelsea's right.
Leave.
Chelsea's right.
Leave and go where?
Kaneki, I disagree. Any serious club Saka goes to, he's going to play wing back.
Realistically, where?
No.
He'll go left back at Real Madrid if he goes there. Man City, he's playing left back.
Yeah. Inter Milan right now could use him. Inter Milan
he actually fits that system as well. That's the craziest part.
Yeah, he would. Right wing back, left wing back, it don't matter.
Left wing back, he fits that.
Exactly.
He fits that role right in the Milan. That's a good shout, Kaneki. That's spot on. He would start for them as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Dumfries and Saka on either wing. I hear it.
Yeah, so I'm not really. So them failing today was just complete hilarious because you were in the same position you were against Manchester City and the same position against Liverpool. You were winning. Why did you not win? You 2-1 up against Manchester City. You literally had to hold on for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just a corner. Keeper runs out and catch the corner, you win. You fumbled.
Liverpool. I was thinking this watching the game, right? This is because against Liverpool and Chelsea played well. Or against Liverpool and City, Chelsea did play well. But the difference is City and Liverpool have to know how to get over that line. Arsenal today, Chelsea played well against Arsenal, but Arsenal didn't have that know-how to get over the line against us.
Arsenal don't have the know-how. They've been struggling to find the know-how for 21 years. These men went to the Emirates trying to tell us they're going to compete with Bayern and these men. Arsenal have had the title lifted against them more at the Emirates than they've actually won the title at the Emirates. The Emirates has literally seen people win the title against them more.
Oh, Man United, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you mean when
10
when
men
they
and
give
it's a
Van
fumble. Yes,
Persie
10.
they give Van Persie the what's it called? The
the guard of
Before you
honor.
carry on,
Yeah.
Kaneki, Lex. I don't know if I presume you watched the game. I know you know the result. Before we close out, thoughts on the
No, you know
Arsenal
the
Chelsea draw at the Bridge, or Chelsea Arsenal, I should say.
Them not playing nobody in Alex. Just remember that,
Huh?
Arsenal.
No, we not play nobody. Them play everybody.
Man, can we yes, please. Can we get to the Chelsea Arsenal game? We got like 20 minutes, so can we get there, please?
20 minutes? I don't know that.
Yes.
Well,
Yo, we're supposed to do a show earlier, man. I ain't hear back from you.
Hold on. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So go on, carry on as you were.
Yo.
Hey, Lex, don't let Flawless talk to
It's
you like
just
that,
a
man.
dead game from like, yo, Arsenal, yo, at least play good football. At least. If
That's
you
where
go
you're
shit, play good football.
Shit, play
it's
good
like,
football.
Bro,
Yeah.
why do you man have to resort to just being trash on top of trash? Because you wasn't going anything anyways.
They wasn't.
You wasn't going a trophy anyways. But then to double up on it, you start to play like Stoke City. Why? Somebody needs to provide an answer to that question. Number one. Number two, Chelsea or Maresca. Just free Cole Palmer, innit? Just free Cole Palmer. This shackles where you have on Cole Palmer just not working for him, bruv. Because man was cooking every Big Six team last year, and this year, every Big Six team, this man go missing. Why? I'm seeing this man on the pitch.
You think it's the extra attention he's getting also, though?
No.
You don't think it's that? Okay.
No, because, all right, so with the extra attention, he would have been getting extra attention last year. It's not like... Yeah. At some point in the year, teams would have realized, but when you have the freedom, you have the freedom to find the space on the pitch. So you go and occupy space. Yeah. When you are in a set position, it's easier to mark you, especially when you're a creative player. But when you can roam, when you can drop deep, when you can do 1,000,001 things, then it's easier because Arsenal did set up well, but they set up well for the system that Chelsea had. What Chelsea needed was a bit more freedom from its more creative players to actually do something in the game, because once everyone is where Arsenal expect them to be, then it's going to be just a dead game, which it ended up being, because obviously, Arsenal just likes to set up for it to be a dead game. So it's just one of them things, you get me? But bro, I don't know. I remember back in the days of these games used to provide wonderful score lines and these things. And now it's just all of them big games just a shit show, fam. You get me? It's just a shit show. Everybody just afraid to lose. Like every man just playing defensive.
Everybody want to play like Pep,
man. Yeah, and you know what's so disgusting about Arsenal too? Yo, allow this set piece fucker, man. Like these man just try for win games strictly off set pieces, whether it be ahead of Kai Havertz him did offside, but that dead ass set piece, like you're trying to be clever out the dark arts, man. Just play football, fam. Go back, play Zinchenko in midfield where he used to play Shaka. Give him the same role and just create some triangles and play actual football, bro. Stop this bullshit, man. It getting dead now. You're not going to win anything. At least please the fans, because we can't afford for Mikel Arteta get sacked. We can't lose Mikel Arteta and Ten Hag in the same year.
As long as they finish top 4, they'll keep him, and I think they'll finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Nothing they'll finish.
And then as for Tottenham, what the fuck?
Spurs, man. That's what happened.
Hell, man. Like you man don't even have an ounce of goodness in your DNA. Not even an ounce. Not even.
Spurs, man.
We can look and say, all right, now it's time to actually clown Arsenal. Spurs, do your thing. And you man, every time there's an ounce of pressure to even just do something for banter, not even seriously, just a banter, you man still fumble.
Yes, Spurs spurred.
Ipswich at home.
Yeah.
Ipswich
Yeah.
at your yard.
That's the most Spurs result.
You
That's
brought
the most
home.
Spurs result.
You brought home the ghetto bicycle and couldn't ride it. That's what you man doing. For all of those people and understand that flipping reference. You brought home the ghetto bicycle and couldn't ride it. Every man else has ridden off this bicycle. But for some reason, you found a way to fumble it. You get what I say? It's like, bro, nah, man. Crazy. Insane. Today was just such a disappointing day. Because under no circumstances should Arsenal be even drawing this game. Because they never deserved it, bro. It's just I don't even know what is Saka doing. Saka, can you even cut in and shoot anymore?
Being a wing back.
Cucurella just had him. Cucurella just had him unlocked.
But just imagine Cucurella have you new unlocked. Then what kind of winger are you then, anyways?
He's not a winger though, fam. He's a wing back.
Left back. Yeah, my bad.
He's a wing back. And also big up to us being road to 0. We finally hit it.
Nah, not road to 0. Yeah.
You
got there, man.
Tree love yesterday,
man.
Yep.
Are you did today, don't flawless?
Yeah.
No, I said 2. I said 2. He said 3.
You said 3 for balance.
I thought we'd still be on road to 0. But we there, man. We rode to 0, man. We got there, man. Road to 0. First win in Europe in 11. In 11 games in a year or however long it's been. Shout out to Rude for that as well, man.
Just imagine. Yeah, you can just imagine that. Ten Hag, who knew that all it took was just to do nothing but the basics? That's all you man are doing, the nothing basics. Special. No basics. Fangles, dangles, none of that shit. Just basics. Who knew? Ugarte and Cass in the midfield. We've been saying it for weeks. You never tried it once, Ten Hag. And it's your job. It is your job.
And the craziest part is there are two players who signed in his reign. It's not like he didn't know about them. They signed in his reign.
Just play the two of them together. Like, what is your philosophy? What are you trying to accomplish? Brain cells, not brain selling, bro. But as Flawless say, agendas have to agenda. And Arsenal, you're 9 points behind us, and I'll be real. You still have an opportunity because clearly we cannot win the league. It's impossible. We're not impressive. We haven't played anyone yet. We're going to go on this terrible run and we're just going to drop points. Liverpool will still drop points. Don't worry about it, guys.
You beat Chelsea.
The beast.
So you beat Chelsea, who Arsenal struggled against.
Yeah, no. We never play Chelsea. We never play Milan. We never play Arsenal. We never play Leverkusen. We never play none of these teams. We never. And by the way, Arsenal, you also had a bunch of easy games which you lost and drawn. So it's not the easy games. You just have to beat who you have in front of you. Leave the concept of belittling other teams because you consistently lose to the other teams. Even when you're doing well against the big sis, you consistently lose to the other team. So don't belittle anyone. Because you're not above anyone. You can be beaten on any given day, even in your best of form. Because we've seen it happen year after year after year after year.
Facts.
You get me? So it's like, I'd love to. This week, I'll be tuning into all the different channels with all the wonderful Arsenal fans that love to say, oh, we're this and we're that, and they stay positive, guys, and I hope this and I hope that. Yeah, man. Keep hoping. Keep hoping. But like, when name, which stream did that one? Oh, Eddie. When Eddie say hope.
He said, yeah, what did he say about hope? Yeah, he said hope, hope me picking up dollar bills at the end of the night.
Yeah, you dig. That's where hope is. So you man go and wait for hope, innit? Go and wait for hope.
I said, hope we picking up dollar bills at the end of the... Yo, Eddie's hilarious, man.
Yeah, like Marcel and them Monday, yo.
Hey, shout
Eddie
out Hope, man.
Eddie hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
Shout out
Hope,
Eddie, man.
Yeah. Hope, Desire, and Dream. Yeah, all of them are at the same place, man.
Yeah, picking
Hope,
up bills,
Desire,
dollar
and Dream.
bills at the end of
Picking
the
up dollar
night,
bills
yo.
at the end of the night. They're all the same way, man.
Hope,
Desire, Dream, and Passion. Same
shout out
way.
Hope, man.
Passion
Shout out Hope, man.
and you see it.
Hope is the best answer, man. Shout out Hope.
Yo, you want a ticket to my Nah, it's facts.
Yeah.
Nah, for true. Oh my god, but yeah, you lot, there's still just under 400 people in the building.
I still can't believe.
Hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah, go on, Lex, go on.
I still can't believe Troops, you know.
Why,
I still
what,
not
what
understand.
did he say? What did he say?
We're gonna win the league, blood.
No,
We're gonna win the league.
the fact that.
Oh, that was my fault.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, he said it was my fault. So I'll take the blame. It was me. It was my fault.
It's crazy. It's like this man just.
I get why he did it.
I know for years I have since one Arteta out, Wenger out, all of this hope.
I get why he did it, man. I get it, man. I fully understand.
No.
So, man, it's that Kobe.
I'm 5 points ahead, and hope ain't doing nothing for me. I have to see that trophy, bro. We have to be like 15 points ahead in like March, and next week we have a chance to bring home the title. That's when we were like 100%.
The difference is in the past 2 years, you've actually seen your team win major honors. That's the difference. Think about it. 2 decades, you ain't seen a Premier League. You get told and reminded about this every single day by the worst possible people giving you the message.
Yeah,
Think about Expression. Think about Expressions is his done. That's his dog. That's his good brethren. As bad as Spurs are, imagine Expressions bantering you every day for years.
Yeah,
that you haven't won the Premier League. Yeah, like,
it's
what you
like
meant,
man love to say, yo, I used to drive a Lamborghini. But yeah, brother, you are hype on me, say you used to, but me have a Corolla now, and you have a Corolla now.
Yeah. And that's where it stems from. It's like because of what you had, because Troops is old enough to have seen them have success as well. So that makes it worse. That makes it worse. Yeah, like he's literally seen them win 3 Premier League titles. He's seen great teams and shit. Yeah, but hey, man, shout out to Troops. I've not actually managed to watch his match reaction, but I did see him say in the clip, in the caption, that it's over. So yeah, back again will be today if you're in the UK time zone. So that'd be good fun as always. But we are gonna close out, people. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone that was here as well. 3-hour Q&A, man. Salute to all of you lot. But the content isn't stopping.
I have a Troops meme. I found.
Send that. Well, what is it?
When's back again? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. Well, today technically if you're in the UK, but yeah, tomorrow for some.
Okay. If I send it to you or Lewis, can you guys get Troops to share it?
Yeah, send it to us both. Send it to me and Lewis. I'm saying. And to Lewis Christie, that's not the case. Just quickly, hey, big up Sava as well, man. He says, right, who else is back in Ipswich to win the league? Top team. Big up Sava every single time. Salute. And here the thing is, I've seen our glory years too, but you can't have zero belief in your team and expect them to win. Nonsense. Who expect when Leicester when
fucking team win?
Yeah, exactly. It don't. Skill does. Before you go, Lex, just one thing. When Leicester won the league, there was no Leicester fan that thought they were going to win the league. You know why they won the league?
Leicester City were literally 5 points in the relegation zone that season.
Skill. You know what I'm saying? When we see win teams, skill. There's no, it's not a belief thing. To anyone who's this, don't believe in anything that you don't think can happen. Don't just have belief for the sake of it. Have belief because your team is skilled. But anyways, we go close out. Yeah, man. You lot, subscribe to Football Heritage TV. Big up to everyone who passed through as well. Big up to everyone that passed through. Like I said, there's too many people to name. So shouts to everyone that passed through. But the content's not stopping. United Liverpool podcast, we're redirecting over there right now, people, on the channel. So do not go anywhere, people. Literally just went live on there. But yeah, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. This show, all the other shows on the channel are available on audio-only platforms as well. Follow us on Spotify, Sarcasm City TV, iTunes, Apple Podcast as well. To why I hear you, yo. And if the Yardman show or the Sports Q&A or any other show on the channel is your favorite show, there's a playlist for it. So you can click the playlist and all the shows are there, people, for every single individual show on the channel. Probably be adding a couple as well, or adding one after the international break. But we're closing out anyway. See you lot for the United Liverpool show, Bayesian podcast. But this has been this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A.
Dog, I get from.
Oh, my bad. What you say? What you say, Kaneki? My bad.
No, me I said the dog I get from a nerve, man.
I hear you, man. But love to everyone that's locked in. We don't go anywhere. We're redirecting over there to the United Liverpool podcast, Bayesian edition. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Salute. I'll see you lot in like 10 seconds. Big up.